All right, hello everyone. Welcome to our first episode here for Foundry VTT's A House Divided. All right, players. So yes, we are finally here. We've made it, and it's finally time. So first things first, we're going to do introductions. Who are you, and who are you playing, and where can they find you on the interwebs if you have something you need? So Drew, you're up first, sir.
Hi, I am Drew. This evening I am playing Cordelia Reed, occultist extraordinaire. Where can you find me on the internet? Well, here, of course. I mainly play role-playing games with these lovely, wonderful people.
Excellent. And then onwards to Joe, next on the list.
Hi everyone, my name's Joseph. I'm going to be playing Mona today. She is the resident ghost slayer / exorcist. You can find me on Twitch under I'm Potato Salad, and on Twitter with I'm Potato Salad as well.
Excellent. Fair enough. And next on the list is Conrad.
Hello, I'm the resident American Conrad. I am going to be playing Espen the Healer, a local healer and a superstitious cleric. You can find me pretty much anywhere that has any sort of handle at Con Radioactive, and also here on Axiom's channel.
Excellent. And then next on the list, our resident storyteller, Seb.
Well, thank you. So my name's Seb, and you will hear me playing the tiefling lawyer Milton Lomax. Apart from playing in this game, I also run a Vampire the Masquerade game that you can find on Axiom's channel as well. And I don't really have like a Twitter, Mastodon, Instagram, or OnlyFans to plug, so I'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough. And then next, our resident artist, that will be Jess.
Hello, I am Jess. I am playing the half-elf reporter Astra, and yes, I drew all the token art for this game.
Don't downplay that. It's all amazing. It's all gorgeous. You did it in 5 days.
She did indeed.
If you want to see more art, you can find it mainly on my Instagram, Third Antler, but I'm also on Twitter, but not very often.
Okay, no problem. And then finally, at the end here, Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I will be playing the definitely above board inheritor Regulus. I also don't really do the internet, but you can find me at Blaze Malchior on Twitter, and I think that's it.
Okay, no worries. Well, there you go, guys. Right. Introductions done.
How about you, Axiom?
Yes.
That is true. Yes, I should introduce myself. Axiom, I run this little group on a Friday. I have a D&D channel, and I do Foundry videos where I can. But yes, we are here for House Divided, so it's a little mini series that will run for as long as it takes to get us through the main content. I don't know how quickly these guys are going to push through it all, but we will find some of that out as we go. I think it might be time to begin tonight's episode then, and let's see how this is going to play out. Our story begins with what looks like two Gothic carriages making their way through a fairly dense forest. These carriages set off from Ferncombe a while ago. The road they're travelling on is overgrown and barely used. We zoom in on one of these carriages, go inside where 3 passengers are along for the ride. Jamie, can you introduce your character, please?
So, Regulus will be very casually sitting in this carriage, very well dressed, only the finest of clothes, extremely well kept skin, his hair is pristine, he is a human, and he's got this air of pompousness about him. Like, he's very entitled and extremely sure of himself. Feet up, leaning back. That's about all I can give at the minute, I think.
That's fair enough. No worries. So yes, I mean, you're definitely sitting there in this coach with another character off to one side of you. And yeah, Joe, what do we see with your character?
For my character, you would see she is sitting up. Posture is amazing. She's very alert. She's looking around. She's got a white mask on with sort of lavender colored hair. Very, as you can see, very celestial moon themed. Her armor is a deep blue with again lots of celestial themes, so stars, moons. and underneath she's wrapped in sort of purple bandages, and she is a Kalashtar.
Ooh, okay. Well, we will see
But
if
she
we
looks
dig into
very
that. Yes.
human.
Yes, we will be digging into that with time. So yes, obviously you two have been probably chatting away between each other. Obviously, you've known each other for a fairly long time already at this point. But there is one other person that is in the carriage with you guys. Drew, round to you. What would we see with your character here?
A complete stark contrast to the very vibrant-looking Mona. A very pale woman with quite messy hair, but it's tied back in a neat bun. Beautiful emerald eyes, dressed entirely in dark greys and blacks. She's wearing a very Victorian-esque gown with a high collar that ends just underneath her jawline, laced flower print around the neck, and big puffy sleeves around her shoulders. She wears a brooch around her neck that's in the shape of this beautiful moth. She's wearing lace fingerless gloves. The waist is cinched and then puffs out down to some rather beautiful heeled, laced-up boots. She's sat opposite Mona and Regulus. She seems to be shuffling a deck of cards in her hand. But they don't look like the gaming sort. They seem to be more ornate in nature.
Excellent.
And if we have a small kind of side table in the carriage, you'll see she'll place the deck on the side and she'll start pulling off the first couple and begin arranging them in some kind of predetermined placement.
Oh dear.
Throwing Jamie's character in the moment on that one, but yes, quite an elegant looking person in there in the carriage with them as that's going on. But she's been hired for this, I believe, to help out with what's been going on, and we will dig into all of that shortly. So I imagine now, like, the camera sort of pans up and out of the coach, and we sort of see. Looking over the two horses, and up front on the carriage, there are two people that are, sitting on the outside of this carriage, and they can see another carriage off to one side. But next on the list, then, Conrad, your character driving the horses.
Yeah, the man leading the carriage, casting nervous glances around, and once they got to the estate. He was laughing and smiling and telling old stories of what happened, like, along the path along the way and what had happened in his hometown. But now he is very silent and nervous. He's rotund, a shifter. He has an impressive mustache and mutton chops. His gear is pretty common and worn. Nothing impressive really about it. A scale mail that's a little too snug, over-frayed white and red robes. He has a bag slung over one shoulder filled with his holy devices and everything he could think of to bring to what he believes is a cursed estate. He has a plain fur-lined coat, dented shield, and a simple mace that would have been all else that his companions had noticed, but upon arrival here at the estate, or coming at least close to it, Espen, the healer, pulled out a beautiful amulet of Lathander and has kissed it in silent prayer. It is by and far the most expensive item he has on his person.
Fair enough. So as that's all going on, there is another person next to you that the camera pans back to, and who are they and what are they about? Jess, this will be you.
Next to Espen, wrapped in what once was just born as a simple lavender shawl, but is now kind of turned into a makeshift blanket. And she's kind of got her arms crossed and desperately trying to have a quick power nap. The tiredness shown in the bags under her eyes. Her dark hair is just pulled back in like a bun just to get out of the way. Her clothes are got coffee stains on them, rumpled, not very well kept. She's got a large satchel next to her, and there's bits of paper falling out, but gripped in her hands, still in sleep, is a notebook that has several bits of writing on, probably from the tales that Espen had been telling her before she'd managed to get this quick nap in. But she's probably not aware that they're right near the house yet. She's fast asleep.
Fair enough. Comfortable in her own skin and in this place, where a very different opposite to what we're seeing with Espen in the moment here. So yeah, we sort of leave that sort of scene as it sort of pans across, and when we move to this secondary carriage, it looks quite elegant again, but very different from the first one. And the one that's driving that one would be, I believe, Seb. This will be your character's turn.
Yeah, so a little bit back from the first carriage that drives the second one. It's painted very, like, gaudy, like it's painted purple and red, and on one side in, like, big, bold gold leaf letters, there's, like, a name written on it, like Milton Lomax Esquire, and underneath, like, in smaller fonts, part of Azazel, Gargote, and Associates. On the front of a carriage sits a red tiefling by the name of Milton, the namesake of the cards, and he's a red tiefling. He wears a red long leather coat with like a vest underneath that's embroidered with gold. He wears like a luxurious hat that's being held in place by his horns. Yeah, they like curl around the edge of it and like sort of hold it in place. Around his neck hangs a golden necklace with like a ruby laid in. He has yellow slitted eyes, almost like a snake, and like a forked tongue, although you don't quite see that. Behind him, he has like a pointed tail that sticks out between like a slit in the back of his coat. And right next to him, in like a special holder, sits like a walking cane. Yeah, on his shoulder sits like a little imp dressed in like a small business suit, and he's just like watching over. Yeah, so he was sent here by his employers to take care of some stuff, and he currently stares ahead, mentally preparing for what's to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Unlike a lot of the people, only a couple of you know that you're actually coming up quite close to the actual house as this is going on. But yeah, you're getting closer as this is going on right now. But yeah, is there anything that anyone is up to as they're preparing themselves in the moment?
Espen would probably notice that we're getting close. He has kissed his amulet in a silent prayer, and then kind of tucks it back into his shirt. Excuse me, Astra, it seems that we are coming to the estate here. If you would like to wake up and take notes on its appearance or something.
She just groans and turns away from you. Goes, 5 more minutes, please. I beg of you. She's just like curled in a ball, turned away now.
I will do what I can. And he slows down the carriage so that she can get 5 more minutes, which he's completely fine with because it doesn't look like he's in any hurry to get there.
Fair enough. So yeah, as your carriage starts to slow slightly here on that one, Milton's carriage starts to slowly creep up to the side as this is all going on. So, yeah, Milton, you can see, for some reason, the healer guy that's been driving the other carriage is slowing down a little bit for now. Maybe he's realizing you're getting close as well. Might not be a bad. Maybe he's being prudent. It might not be a bad thing to come upon things slowly.
So we're coming up to the house, right?
Yes, yeah. You've just seen the other carriage start to slow down a little bit as this is going on, as you're drawing closer. You wonder if there's an obstacle in their path, but you don't see anything. But yeah, they're coming slower to the end here.
So I will look over my shoulder to my little imp, and I will say, Bob, I need you to take everything down that happens from now on. Every single detail, every single thing that these people do is of importance, and you will be expected to report this to me in writing at the end of the week.
Sure, boss. Sure, I got this. I got this all figured out. I've got all the materials. Everything's here. I'm all set.
Very well. Okay. Well, then let's go see what's going on up the road, shall we?
Sure. Am I taking this down? Am I writing all
Yes.
this down as well? Okay.
I said everything, Bob.
Okay, I got it.
expect it to be detailed.
Whoa! I don't need you busting my ass first thing. Whoa, steady, slow. I'm on it. And he starts to like frantically start to write out everything that you were saying in the moments as this is going on.
So tough to get good personnel these days.
Yeah, the little guy scowls at you for looking over his pen in the moment as this is all going on. Okay, yeah. So yeah, as you are sort of moving up, as this is going on, we start to see you've been slowly been going up an incline for a little while, but basically ahead of you, we will start to arrive closer to the estate. Can you guys see anything? Will be the first question, as always.
Dream
I can
house.
see.
Unfortunately, yes, it's very scary.
Delightful.
The estate stands atop a modest hill in a deep forest of mottled green and brown. Its distinctive slanted roof it seems to be gnarled in many places with lots of odd trees around the perimeter, and it seems to have extensive grounds. What can be seen of it seems to betray a very haggard state, which is of no surprise as you look at this on this one. If Regulus is starting to look out the window, yes, he can for the first time see what has been described as his estate coming into view in very poor disrepair as this is going on. The surrounding grounds seem to be overgrown with thorns and wizened ivy that seem to be running rampant all over the paving stones and digging themselves into the stonework. It is also, the property is surrounded by high ledges that seem to be covered with a high wrought iron fence. There seems to be some main doors that seem to have been rusted and broken away on the gates. However, the main doors to the house do appear sturdy and intact at the moment. But yes, this is what you see as these two carriages start to slow and come to a halt. And yeah, people can start to slowly but surely depart from their carriages and make their way down.
Before exiting the carriage, Cordelia will finish the reading that she was doing, and she'll just slowly turn over a few of the cards that she'd placed in that arrangement. The first would have this image of an ethereal figure that seems to be draped in white fabric, its face gaunt and hollow, its hands elongated with long gnarled fingers, it wrapped in chains. It seems to be dragging itself along the floor and holding a lantern in one hand. And anyone else in the carriage will be able to see written on this card is just the word ghost. The next she turns over has this image of a black raven sat atop a gravestone, backlit against the full moon. It has a key, an iron key, rather ornate, in its mouth. And the third is an image of an older man, long white beard, but quite haggard looking. He's got a massive backpack that seems to have all kinds of eclectic things poking out of it. One hand seems to be bandaged up, but the other is outstretched with long fingernails. And the wording on this one is beggar.
Okay, so yeah, as this is all going on, we can see, first of all, Milton getting down from his carriage, and then Espen and Astra as well will be able to step down as others start to open the doors for their coaches. But
Can I say that I was doing something as we were slowed down?
sure, absolutely, yeah. If there's something you want to work on.
I took the opportunity while Astra was sleeping and we were slowed down. I reached into my bulging kind of messenger bag on my side, and I pull out a tiny, it looks almost like a little sunburst about the size of a coin.
Mm-hmm.
And he would hold it to his lips, and he would be in like a silent prayer, wording it like under his breath. And if it's okay, can it take us maybe about 10 minutes to get there so I can ritual cast augury?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. We can say that this was a period of time. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
You are a kind and benevolent DM. Thank you very much.
I don't hear that very often. Fair enough, but no, that's absolutely
I'm sure
fine.
I'll take it back by the end of this when you start hurting us. But until then,
until then, I'm happy for that. There's no issue with the time. So
as we pull up and maybe Astra is like just starting to wake up and the doors are starting to open, he would just under his breath just say, "Will I find her here?"
And you get a sense of confirmation.
And anybody who's paying attention, which is nobody, because nobody's looking at him, he steals himself a little bit. He was maybe kind of hunched over himself a little bit. He lets his shoulders drop and then he puts them back a little bit, showing that in his youth he was probably a strapping guy, wide shoulders, just a big person. And so then he will hop down. The right knee is it buckles slightly, so he hops on the left leg a little bit and goes around to the other side. And Astra, we have arrived. If you would like to step down and take in the wonderful estate here.
Yeah, Astra will just like groan again. Her eyes will open, and she'll nod in thanks towards you, and just sort of jump down from the carriage and starts turning her blanket back into a shawl, and is raking over the estate with her eyes in a very like analytical way. She's not taking in the aesthetic side of it. She's logically like breaking it down, like what it's made of, buttresses, and all like the technical terminology. That's how she's breaking it down. She looks at it.
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, you've made a very good point there. The whole with the shawl thing. I mean, it's been fairly cool this time of year, but it does feel colder now that you've arrived up here. That's definitely true. So there would definitely be a bit of a in the moment as you were stepping down. That's definitely true.
See, I told you wanted something to make sure that you would be nice and warm here. Seems the sun doesn't reach this place as it should.
At least the coldness is waking me up a bit. Needed that nap so badly. Well,
it's respectable that you can find light in such a dark place like this. Lathander would appreciate it. And then he again pulls out the very ornate amulet and just kisses it once and then puts it back, and then goes to stand kind of in front of the rest of the doors of the carriages to get ready to kind of introduce the place to the new owner, I guess.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, certainly what you've been described as the heir. So yes, in theory, if all goes well with the character of Milton, who should be stepping down from his carriage on the other side as this is all going on. But yeah.
Yeah, so Milton gets off his carriage, makes sure to fasten his animals, who have the name Abaddon and Dagon, to make sure they're safe and secure. Then he moves to the back of his carriage, takes his briefcase, because I reflavored the backpack as a briefcase, because I'm allowed to do that apparently. So I will take my briefcase and slowly start walking up to the front of the gatehouse and wait a little bit before the rest is able to join me there.
Absolutely, yes. You're supposed to be in front, and absolutely where the gates once were. It would be like you would be accessing the property, but you're literally at that threshold, setting yourself up as I believe. The doors to the carriage would start to open, and yes, the last three would be able to step out of their relative comfort and taking it all in.
And I'm guessing Bob on my shoulder is slowly like noting down everything that's happening, like to the smallest detail.
100%, boss. I've got it. As he looks up for a moment, but yes, that's going on.
As we stop, Regulus is going to just mentally take in what Cordelia just did with those cards, and he'll sort of brush it off and roll his eyes and go, absolute poppycock, and he'll open the door and go to get out, and he'll sort of lean over to Mona and be like, just whisper to it, Mona, make sure you find out what that means, okay? But not from me. and he'll just get off the cart. Like,
Are you sure you want this building? Just look.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so
Yeah.
sort of gets out, sees the building. He's like, "Oh, so this is my inheritance, I see. Ah,
And
fantastic."
as we're getting out, Mona would lean over to Cordelia and be like, "I suggest putting those away. I think some family members of here, somebody who died here, and I don't think they would like you messing around with those cards around them." And she'll lean back, pick out this huge glaive from underneath the seats and walk out with it. It's a very beautiful purple glaive.
Very nice. Leaving one last person, yes, with their cards, still displayed on the side table.
Of course, cards are much more offensive than the giant weaponry you're carrying.
This is only for protection.
She has a little giggle and just says, "A skeptic who hired a medium and a ghost slayer." There's irony in that, I think.
Regulus can definitely hear you, and he's completely.
Oh, she's not trying to hide it.
Pretending he can't. He's just sort of like just taking in the sights, just looking around like,
Yeah,
suppose
I mean,
could replace this wing over here, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely taking in. I mean, it's intact at least, or at least mostly intact would be probably your first thoughts on that front. The other one is there's extensive land here at least on that front.
Yeah, land value. That's kind of what's going through his mind.
The
land. Like maybe I could salvage this, but I mean, the land itself would be.
I mean, it is. I mean, from what you're seeing, it is solid stone. So there's certainly, a strong foundation could still be in there. But yeah, I imagine as your
foundation that it is built on, it is needing of little tender loving care. But that was what you're here for. I mean, this is now all yours. Congratulations! I hope you like giant spiders and ghosts.
And I just turn around and I'm like, great.
You just walked past him and just didn't even acknowledge him.
Fair
You're just too
enough.
absorbed into the house that you just inherited.
Mona would offer a hand to Cordelia to help her down, and she would also say, "Well, most of the people that hire us are skeptics these days. I like to call them idiots, but it's."
Oh, agreed.
I want you
Okay.
not to call me an idiot in front of the hired help.
I'm also
Repeatedly
a
asked you.
Okay, so the rest of you start to walk up to, not too far in front of you, would be Milton, standing there at the threshold of this place, looking like he's with his briefcase in hand and all the rest of it, looking very, very formal in the moment, with a strange little imp that seems to be writing every bit of conversation down that you guys have been having so far, and is scrabbling away as fast as he can as this is going on.
Regulus step forward to shake his hand. "Hello, yes, I'm Regulus. I'm here to accept the house." And he sort of holds his hand out, ready for the deed.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Regulus. However, things will not be as easy as you might think. As I will explain in a moment, this might be your property, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. See, as the Corvinaris family disappeared some time ago, we went looking for their next their next in line, so to say, and it is indeed true that we came to you. However, there are some complications in this, seeing as you are not officially registered as part of the Corvinaris line.
Of course, yes.
We would need some kind of confirmation to see that you are indeed who you say you are. Because of this, we should be able to find this proof inside the house, but it's not. Even that is not as easy as it might sound. Apparently, this house has been haunted, and according to the Gilded Decree, paragraph 7, subsection 3c, all haunted properties that are sold, inherited, or otherwise transferred must be checked, cleansed, and exorcised before the transfer of property can take place, in order to ensure the property of the new owners, their future offspring, and the population as a whole. because of that, of course, you have hired Miss Cordelia to make sure that this place is properly cleansed and safe to officially transfer to you in your name. So yes,
That would be the end of it. I upheld my bargain. I have the exorcists, in inverted commas, he does, and that's what I thought our business would conclude. You know, my father was Corinne Corvinaris. You know that I was the illegitimate son because my mother was not of the highest birth.
But there we have the problem. You're the illegitimate son. Since you're not part of the official bloodline, as is written down in our records, as we are the ancestral lawyers of the Corvinaris clan. They paid us like 1,000-year retainer, so we're good, but we need to secure the successful transfer of their property to their next in line. We need to make sure you are indeed part of this family line.
What do you need to do? Like a blood ritual? Do you need my blood? Would that prove it to you?
No, but if Corinne Corvinaris would indeed have had an illegitimate son, I am sure there will be paperwork and other things that we can use to verify this here. Also, in case there's still doubt, proper cleansing of the place and proper taking claim of the estate will certainly aid you in your claim to prove who you say you are, if that makes sense.
I mean, if I may offer my services, we can ask Lathander himself, and I'm sure that the god can shed some light, as he is known to do, on a situation that is less than sure. And again, I will get out the little sunburst, and I will step away.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, just 10 minutes, please. And I will begin to ritual cast augury again.
Okay, so yeah, as he steps away to start...
We know the gods don't never lie, and they do always know everything there is to know. So how could we possibly not trust the entirety of my lineage on something as fickle as this?
Well, something you might not know is that my employers place very little stock in the word of the gods.
A frown shows up on Espen's brow, but he keeps going.
Okay, so yeah, that's going off to one side. I mean, the other thing, obviously, Milton is aware of is that a full check of the grounds is on the list as well of things that has to happen, hopefully prior to trying the house itself. But pretty much where he's covered makes sense. But yeah, you're all standing in a very large, wide courtway here, and the facade looms overhead. Obviously, 2, maybe 3 stories of things going on. You can see most of the doors and the windows are heavily overgrown with what look like very sharp thorns and very wooded. So there's a lot of growth going on. And as you look around the paths on either side, there are ways through, but you feel like you'd have to take it fairly slow going around the grounds rather than trying to go quickly to get so you wouldn't be injured, if that makes sense. Basically, it becomes dangerous terrain is the way you look at it on that front. So you have to take it steady is the way it's laid out on that one. But yeah, it looks like there are paths that wrap all the way around the outside of the manor, like I said, and then there's stonework that beneath it seems to be very well done and expertly laid, but just overlaid with all of this extra detritus and plant life as this is all going on.
So just while Espen's gone over there to say he's going to commune with his god,
this is all happening in the moment.
Sort of like 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll approach him and just say, "Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't introduce myself," and shake his hands and I'm Regulus. I didn't catch your name. I'm trying to interrupt your ritual casting.
Ritual casting of augury.
That makes sense. As he's very insistent in the moment, Espen, as this is going on.
would this be like a concentration check to see if I could engage him while maintaining the concentration of ritual casting?
I think so. I think it would be. I think we have to do a roll off in some way on that one. So let me just let's have a quick look at that one. I think it's going to be
Section, maybe.
You are not lying to me though. Have you introduced yourself to me?
Well,
your goal is to use
know.
your best stat, and I know what you're trying to do, and I can appreciate.
Okay, I could persuade you to talk to me more.
Surely it would be performance.
I could perform.
It could be a performance, yeah. On that, it feels like this is deception, though. Honestly, you're trying to put him off his game. Is the honest? I know.
That's why I went straight for deception.
I know that it's There's reasons as well, but it does feel like he's trying to conceive and play this game with you. So, yeah, it's concentration against that on that front, and we'll see how you guys can do on that one. Just go for your wisdom. You go for your wisdom versus his. Go for your one against his one.
My high versus your high.
Yeah,
saving
exactly.
A saving throw or just the stat.
This is just a check at this point.
Yeah, so which means you get your proficiency and I don't. So
Or maybe insight.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
It's okay.
11.
Okay, so yeah, quite smoothly. The new owner is sort of pulls your attention in the moment, Espen, as this is going on. Yeah.
So Espen kind of loses his concentration on that, but he doesn't want to seem to be rude, so he'll say, "Of course, I'm Espen the healer from Ferncombe. Pleased to have brought you here. Thank you for allowing me to see the estate up close. It has been years since I was last here."
It's great we got a healer, because obviously if we go in there and there's anything untoward, I've got my swords, if you like, but I have no shield, and you'd be perfect to help us out that way. Who is this you came with as well? I'm so sorry. And I call over to Astra as well.
Yeah, this
just to
entire
pull a little more into the conversation.
Mona has just been side-eyeing Astra because she hasn't. They haven't really done anything yet. So.
Astra's just writing in her notebook, and if anyone looks over, she's currently writing puns for possible newspaper titles. At the moment, so far she has a hairy situation, and hairy is spelled like air, but airy situation. One that she scribbled out quite vehemently was the Jeremy Phasmophile show, Ghost Paternity Quest, and then the trifecta, the Father, the Son, and the House of Spirits, is also what she's writing down at the moment. But she's not massively interacting with anyone else. She's just at the moment trying to get a start on her work.
Fair enough. Yeah, sort of Regulus has sort of like pulled you into the conversation, Astra, at least for an introduction in the moment, if that makes sense.
But I'm not I'm not breaking my sort of.
No, you're trying to. Espen, you're pulling. I can see where he's going, but he's pulling all these people in as this is going on. But this goes on for a few minutes. There's a bit of chit chat starts going on, and
I'll introduce Mona. I don't know how much Mona will speak, and I just try to get the group talking so Espen perhaps forgets about what he was doing. Basically, we can.
As soon as the group starts having polite conversation, Espen will then step aside to recast because now he's not being rude because everyone else is engaged. So he's going to go back to ritual casting augury.
Okay, so he'll
say that I would be very much aware to try and keep Espen
keep him in the conversation. I know. So I'm gonna say that with these rolls, I'm not going to keep having you roll these over and over.
Again. Chase him around.
Chase him around as this is going on. As that's sort as that's going on in the moments on that side of things. Is there anyone else up to anything on the other side? We've got Cordelia, and we have Milton and Mona on the other side of things at the moment.
Cordelia would see this exchange, this gaggle of the rest of the party going on, and she'll just wander up to Milton, and she'll just loop her arm immediately around his, Mr. Lomax, I do hope you have the key.
Oh, Miss Cordelia, of course. Let me quickly look for it. And he tap his pockets. Aha! Here. This is the key that should open the front door of the house. Why do you ask?
Should or does?
Well, that is a very good question. As I mentioned before, our firm has been entrusted with a 1,000-year contract with the family in order to represent them in all legal matters. As such, we have taken claim of a number of keys leading to the estate. However, I am fairly new in the firm. I have only been working there for about 10 years, and I'm fairly new on the whole Corvinaris case. So I have not been here yet. So I have not been able to verify that this key opens the door. However, I have been told it will.
Well, shall we find out? I could use some tea.
Espen, wanting to be helpful, again stops ritual casting augury, and he will just say, if you are looking for a way in and the key doesn't work, I have brought a way that I have entered places before. And he pulls out a sledgehammer. And he says, I will repair anything broken. I have that. If the key doesn't work, maybe we can try this. I mean, the current owner probably would not consider it breaking and entering. Isn't that right?
I mean, what's another broken thing in this house? I would be okay with it.
Yes, thank you very much, Healer Espen. But as it stands, we would like to keep the house as intact as possible, so the transfer of the property will go through with as little of possible, how do we say, destruction of property charges as possible.
Well, that said, I have the ability to repair. Not only am I an accomplished carpenter, but also I have the guidance of Lathander to help me. So it would not be lasting damage.
Well, I would consider that a strong plan B then, but let's maybe try the key first.
Okay, so you're looking down at this very ornate-looking key that Milton has on this front.
I will walk over to the door, but still arms hooked with Cordelia, so I will drag her along with me, whether she wants to or not.
Sure.
She's fully being escorted to the door, as she wishes.
And I will take out the key, put it in the lock, turn, and try to open it.
That's fair enough.
We didn't check the traps first.
You do pull out the key. However, when you do actually put it to the door, the first thing you realize is that it is at least 3 times the size of the keyhole that's actually on that door. As you're looking at it in that moment, it looks the whatever's there. It looks a lot newer in that terms than possibly what this key is on that front. But that doesn't mean it's not another door. But
the previous owners must have changed the locks since last time our key was updated. Okay, I see 2 possible ways of action. Either we will go around the house, see if there is an open door, open window, open something there. Maybe the key will fit on one of those. Or we will go with plan B, which is Mr. Healer Espen's sledgehammer.
Well, let's try and avoid the damage first, I guess. There's no harm in us going around. We haven't looked around anyway.
I mean, there could be harm in the giant spiders that are just infesting the lands, but sure.
There could be a humongous hole in the side of the building. Judging by the state of it, I don't think that's, out of the equation here.
As Regulus actually says that, you hear and something on the inside of the building has literally dropped and collapsed in the moment. You just hear a rumble, and then silence ensues once more in those seconds.
Is there a sizable keyhole? Is there visibility through that keyhole in this door?
That's a good point. Make a perception check. Let's see what you can make out. I mean, there certainly is one. 17. You have dark vision. That's correct, isn't it?
I do indeed.
On that one, there is enough light on the other side. Yeah, you can see. There seems to be an expansive foyer on the other side that looks to be laying in ruins. There's a little bit of light that's sort of filtering into the room, and it's enough to see there are ornate stairwells that are a bit busted up that sort of curl around the sides of the room. A bunch of doors that lead off of this space, and then obviously a door at the far end leading off to another portion of the space. So it's intact what's on the inside, but does look like it's in very much in disrepair, if that makes sense. The floor tiles are cracked and broken as far as you can see. A lot of damp and decay, but nothing obviously wrong, but certainly what you would expect through that through that keyhole in some ways.
She'll step back from looking through the keyhole just enough so she still has visibility through the keyhole.
100%.
And she'll just give Mr. Lomax a bit of a cheeky smile, and with the one hand that he does not have arm in arm with her, she will click her fingers and will cast Vortex Warp on him.
Oh, okie dokie.
Say what?
Say what? Okay.
So I want to teleport him just on the other side of this door.
Okie dokie. So a
Just him and not you.
A Constitution saving
if
throw.
you're willing to go with it, you don't have to do the save. But
Nobody has explained something to me, and someone cast a spell on me. I think I'm going to resist.
Okay, no
That's
problem.
Very fair.
Make the con save if you can. Woof.
Oh, just
Just high enough as this is going on. Okay, Milton, you've been around casters before. You felt that go off in the moment.
You hear a
but-
giggle in the back with Mona just shaking her head like a...
Miss Cordelia, while I appreciate what you might be trying to do, I am not sure. I am, however, a servant of the law, and I am protected by the laws to resist these types of effects on myself. In the future, if you wish to cast spells on me, I would prefer a little heads up and maybe a little written explanation about what you are about to do, so it can go in my reports to my employers.
I was simply trying to make up for your inability to open the door.
As you actually do that, you look down, Cordelia, and there's a little imp that's looking like staring at you, and then they seem to be writing some bits, and then put a large cross at the end of a sentence as they're looking at you. But yes,
She kind of scowls at it knowingly.
it sort of looks and then awkwardly puts his head down and sort of skitters back a little bit in the moment.
You guys might not have met him yet. Dear everyone, this here is my associate and paralegal, Beelzebub, or Bob for short. He will be taking down everything that happens here, so we can file this report to the court later on in order to take the claim for Mr. Regulus's claim of
ownership
heritage.
of the place. Yeah. That's
Claim
my
of
job
heritage,
anyway.
that
That's
is
my
what I
job
was
of it anyway. So, hi. I'm Bob. Nice to meet you all. Don't mind me. Gonna be writing down everything you're up to, and taking. And as he's sort of backing away from Cordelia in the moment, just taking it all in as it's going. But it's just for the dot the I's, cross the T's, and all that. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Pretend I'm not even here.
She'll put her finger up to her lips and makes a slight shushing noise, and she'll cast prestidigitation to get rid of the X on that little piece of paper.
He doesn't spot in the moment as the camera passes as he's chatting away. I like that. But yes, as this is going on, Meanwhile, so you've seen some of this going on. Does anyone else spread out around around here at the moment? Is anyone else up to anything?
I suggest we stick together and walk around the building. Like, it'd be unwise for us to split up here, would it not?
I definitely agree. I think sticking together is the best course of action.
Yes, why not like go take a little walk around the grounds, see what that's all about. I am sure these need to be checked as well in order to facilitate the claim you want to take to the house.
Of course.
Espen's gonna turn around and catch Astra's eye and just lean in and say, Lathander says that she's here. She's somewhere on the grounds. I cannot leave until I find her.
We'll get in. It's fine. I've got into harder places for my journalism before than this ruckety old place. We'll be fine. Don't worry. We'll get in and we'll find her.
So yes, let's just find another way in. Some other way. There's many doors and entrances into this accursed place.
100%. You're looking around at a wreck of a place. There's just because the front door still looks sturdy does not mean that the rest will be. And by the sounds of whatever went on inside, yeah, the state's not good.
Can I roll an investigation to see if there's any way, like, to investigate the building, see if there's any way in? Maybe, like, even before we find another door, there's, like, a crack in...
You can make a perception check of this side of the building if you want. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's no problem on that front. With a 13, I mean, from what you're seeing, it looks like whatever's been going on this side of the house, most of the windows are intact, but the main problem is the thorns and the overgrowth is probably the main problem. You also realise with a 13, even if that key had worked in that door, you're not sure whether it would have actually opened with the state of the rusting and the actual grown vines over it. Whether or not it's even plausible that the door would open. That doesn't mean it couldn't be broken down, but you don't know if it would have actually just come free in the moment, if that makes sense.
She'll run her hands over like the rust and the thorns on the door.
Yeah, you catch your hand for a moment, and as one of them, you realize in the moment that these thorns are made of shards of iron. They're, I mean, horrendously tough things as you do, and razor sharp as you did that. You barely even grazed yourself there, and there's a little cut on your hand in the moment.
She'll go, okay, don't touch the foliage. That felt like metal stabbing in me. Shit. And she's like, sticks her finger in her mouth and she's like, trying to set
it's
the
not
blood
enough
away.
to do proper damage, but it's enough to, it's a paper cut kind of graze off of it, but they're super sharp as you're looking at them.
We may have to break a door down. Even with the key, we're not opening this door with this weird version of plants that obviously is keeping us out.
Well, let's look around, and then we can definitely do this fine gentleman's plan of breaking down the door.
Sounds like a plan. And then Espen's gonna kind of lead the way around. He's now looking for a place that somebody may have entered recently.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, as you come around the side here, you come to the first of a bunch of fountains that seem to be over here. There seem to be gnarled roots and vines and thick, sharp thorns everywhere that seem to snag on you every so often if you're not careful. Now realizing after what Astra saw a few moments ago, these things are everywhere as you're going. But yeah, you see this fountain with this brackish water that seems to be waterlogged. It would have been a beautiful thing at one point, but now is just filled with detritus. There seems to be a number of insects that have been using the stagnant water as a sort of a breeding ground. It's got swarms of little midges around it as this is going on. Beyond it to the north, there seems to be a walkway that continues on past a much bigger tree, and there seems to be a second balcony higher up above on this side of the building as well as this is going on. You're basically doing a bit of tracking and survival with this, really, Espen. As you're looking around for things,
Yep.
Is that make sense? Can you make me a wisdom survival check for this as well?
Because I was about to ask if I could do that.
Well, there you go. With a 22, yes. So as you're sort of looking here, the earth and some of the vines, etc., that you're passing on this side they do look like that the earth has been recently disturbed. And closer inspection, you turn over some of the vines and clear them away to one side, and there seems to be footprints. 4 sets. At least 2 human-sized creatures wearing boots have moved through the area recently. And by recently, you think that would be within the last 24 hours.
So 2 sets of boots. What are the tracks of the other things? Do I know?
At the moment, you're with the 22. You think they are insect-based creatures, but they must be quite large for whatever they were. They're not in step with the peoples, but they are there.
Do I know which ones were made first, or if they were traveling together, or is that too much?
No. You would think that the animals' tracks were older than the most fresh ones are the 24-hour boots, if that makes sense, that have gone through.
Okay. Do the boots look to be about the right size?
The right size for possibly, yes. It's hard to say with a boot, but they're certainly, they're normal sized human boots, if that makes sense. So
okay.
On that front.
That's enough for me. Espen will stand abruptly and start with a bit of a rush. As he's walking, you see that he is heavily favoring his right knee, his right leg. There's a very noticeable limp, but he seems to be pushing through it.
No problem. Sorry. So these tracks would have been, sort of around here and moving through this whole space as this is going on. So you guys see as Espen sort of picks up his pace as this is all going on. It seems to be moving faster. So he checked the ground for a little bit, and now he's picked his pace up. He's sort of moving past the halfway point on this side of the building here, and there's obviously the balcony overhead on one side as you guys are coming around on these walls. Again, as you're looking around, most of these windows and doors here on this side of things, mostly windows, I would say, absolutely covered in these horrendously thick vines as you've had before. Not impossible to get past, but again, one of those things would take time to play and chop with if you wanted to.
These things, because if you move past, is this just overgrowth?
Yeah, you go under it.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Because I noticed I lost my token too. I was like, where'd it go? I'm like, oh, it's like an overgrown thing.
Yeah, it's all overgrown, all over that. Yep, the Foundry guys have done their bit on this one. On that one.
Great job, Foundry designers.
Great job.
Well done, Foundry lads.
You have no idea yet, but the ghostly stuff will continue on as you push through these vines and bits as this is all going on. As obviously he's up front, is there anyone else up to anything further back, or are we pressing on as he goes to the next fountain?
May I ask Bob to maybe fly up to this balcony and maybe see if there's a door open there?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let me.
I'm banking on the back. I'm sure that most places have a back door, right? And then maybe a servant's entrance.
He flutters up there and he says, boss. There seems to be a couple of doors up here.
Are they unlocked? Bob, are they unlocked? That's the important part.
Oh, 2 secs, boss. And so he starts to disappear off for a moment and goes to one of the doors and says, and nothing for a moment, then flutters back and says, "It's tough, but it looks like I can move it. But this looks like shit up here, boss. The whole balcony is real rough."
Well, if we want to have a little climb, there seems to be an entrance on the balcony up there. I am just notifying you all that this is a possibility that we can take. Although, of course, it is up to you. I am here to be an impartial observer and to find my proof.
We should definitely take note, right? But I'd rather not climbing to a building if we can just walk through a door,
Yes, I'm not quite dressed for that occasion.
Espen's still walking with some purpose. He acknowledges that you said something, but he's got a beat on something.
Astra's going to keep to Espen's heels, probably, rather than with the other
Espen, you come to another fountain off on this side here, on this front. It seems to be it's sort of another battered fountain that seems to be in terrible disrepair, as you've seen before. But yeah, it's definitely opening up now, and in front of you is vastly more grounds of this place as this is all going on. There is a lot more to this place.
And do the tracks go into the ground, or does it look like it's going around this corner?
It looks like they're going off and into the grounds of this place. So yeah, as you're sort of coming around this corner, Espen, this is what you're kind of seeing off. Further off, there is at least a couple of other buildings, another fountain down here, and very large trees at the back end of the space, reminding you of things you've heard of before.
This is my dream house.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, they've done some stunning
amazing.
artwork.
Bit of mending.
According to my documentation, about everything you see here will be part of the grounds of the Corvinaris family. So these would all be included in the inheritance.
Oh, good.
Perhaps you want to go walk the grounds before you head inside. Like, Espen seems like he really wants to go off in this direction.
No, I think we need to sort out me getting my inheritance before I go lazily walking around, don't you?
Well, it does not matter, because we will have to cover every part of the house before we can lay claim to it. It is part of the law.
Regulus looks incredibly put out, but maintains this sort of like, oh, yes, of course.
Of course. And then just without waiting for anything else, he's just going to go off in the direction of where the tracks go.
Okay, fair enough. So if you make your way over here on this side, there are the ubiquitous arrows that'll allow you to move to the ground.
I'll go too far.
I keep running into something. Hang on.
It's okay.
Did
There's
you
plenty
add the
going on.
arrows, or did the foundry guys add the arrows?
That one is me, I'm afraid. Yeah, because it's the one we use for doing our bits of teleport on that front.
James, you and your teleporting arrows.
I know. You got to have some
They're
things.
so good though.
Yeah, great.
You're pure Axiom magic.
Well, certainly a part of the bits there on that one. So yeah, hopefully that will start to load you all in as that's going through. I will activate the grounds myself and come across. Has everybody got their tokens? Did their tokens make it? Will be the question.
Yep.
I'm on a black screen.
Yeah, I'm also on a black screen.
I have made it.
It is still loading for me though. Okay, yeah, no, I can see
it's
okay.
they are big old maps on that front as that's going on. So yeah, be careful of the steps behind you because they have the arrows back to the house. But you are basically looking at this larger statue that seems to be in front of you, like another fountain that seems to be suffered terribly in time. But yeah, you can see the grounds proper ahead of you. There seems to be an outbuilding off to one side. There appears to be some sort of broken down glass house, and some sort of entrance to a maze is out there as well, as far as you can tell. Anyone that's sort of doing a proper sort of look around the place can give me a decent perception check, please. Let's see. I'm assuming Espen's probably high on that, but anyone else?
Absolutely.
I would love to.
Okie dokie. Lovely. So yeah, any of you that got over a 12, you can see the main statue in the fountain seems to be marked with slashes and cuts and cracks. The head has been removed, and it seems to have been forcibly removed at that. That would have taken repeated heavy blows of something very large, like a hammer or mace, to pull anything like that off. Yeah, that's a feat of strength for that to actually have happened.
Someone clearly didn't like the decor.
Is it clear that it was like a weapon was used, or is it?
You can make an investigation check for that. Yeah. And Espen, sorry, I'll have you do a survival to keep on with your tracks as well as that's going on.
Okay, and as I do that, I pull out the amulet. It absolutely beautiful, big ruby in the center of this golden sun face. and he'll kiss it, and he will give himself guidance.
Okay.
And then this is another survival,
Mhm.
and I've guided myself.
Okay.
18 plus, because I don't think it did it.
May not have added it in on that one, but no problem. So a
So
19. Okay. Yes, sorry. There are still notable tracks left in the soil around the statue. Some of them continue southward, which is obviously kind of where you've been coming from. Yeah, these tracks seem also to head off in an eastward direction as well. So off this way, maybe towards the glass house or something like that would be your best guess from what you want. I will also give you with what you found there. There are a fainter set of tracks that are leading off on this side of the fountain as well. However, they are not as fresh.
Are they boots, or are they
They are.
insectoid?
They are definitely made by people. They are definitely of boot type, if that makes sense.
With a 19, could I tell how old they are?
I'm going to say you think significantly older than 24 hours, but you're not sure by. They would be gone in a month. We'll put it in those terms.
Okay. I'll probably stick with the fresher tracks, just because of the urgency of what I'm thinking of. And
Sure, no problem.
So, Espen again kind of walks up here, and he'll make a show of being like, "These are all your grand estate. It is so impressive. Look what's over here." And
and he seems to be Regulus. He seems to be walking towards a very rusted-looking glass greenhouse. Would be the best way of putting it as this is all going on.
How would investigation 19 to work out whether or not it was?
Yes. So yes, with a thank you on that one. So you're 19. You are absolutely certain that it would have taken a heavy weapon to pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a feat of strength of just normal, of a human on that front. It would take you think probably a mace or a hammer, something like that. You're leaning towards a mace. Would be the best way of putting it.
Mace damage, Astra says as she's looking it over, and it's like, yeah, I think this was a anger management exercise by the looks of things.
That's a hell of has a hell of a target to be taking it out on as that's all going on.
My inventory shows this statue as being completely whole, so this is something that would be, if we were to find the culprits, we would have to charge them with destruction of property and request the proper restitution payments be made. But this is something we will note. Beelzebub, write this down.
No problem, boss.
Does your inventory have a say what who this depicted? Maybe we can work out.
Let me quickly run through it. Statue of.
Not much to go on as to that, but I'm going to go with it being a sort of an angelic figure kind of thing. Yeah, you don't think it would have been something of the household. You think it would be more of a depicting maybe not a deity, but someone more to do with magic would probably be
like
more
a saintish kind of thing in
but probably
world.
Like in Forgotten Realms world, I would go with depicting Mistra or something from from the Forgotten Realms on that side of things, if that makes sense. More because the family are all more arcane magic inclined would be the best way of putting it on that one. So it's more on that side of things.
Statue of magical angel. Does not say a specific name to it. No.
Okay.
Do the hands and feet of the statue look humanoid?
They do. Yes, they do. They do look like a humanoid in this particular case. As you're coming up, Espen, to the greenhouse, as this is going on.
Oh, while we've all been admiring this lovely statue, it appears our guide has wandered off.
I'm still not sure why we've come here.
Neither
Well-
am I was told I've come here for a job in the house. Why are we in the back?
I suppose the house includes
Like a
the
part of the
grounds,
house, yeah.
but if we're looking for legal documentation on me, which it will surely be in the house.
Well, let's. Okay. So,
I mean,
legal
our guide is
documentation,
left.
legal documentation is important, but according to the law, the house and the grounds should also be cleansed of any potential curses, any potential ghostly presences, any potential hauntings. Apart from that, we also might be able to find some proof of the actual death of some of the older Corvinaris family members, since their bodies were never actually found. So if we were to find proof of their deaths, this would also strengthen your claim, as they, up until now, have only been vanished, as far as we know.
Oh, well, I guess we're gonna have to fight whatever, or cleanse. I look at Mona, this thing that is destroying these statues. I guess if that's a haunting, probably just some maniac.
I'm sure Cordelia she'll find these ghosts and I'll lay waste to them, and then Regulus, this very wonderful house will be yours.
Yes, of course.
As that's all going on, as you're coming up to the Espen, this door of this iron sort of greenhouse, it's made of mostly iron and glass. This greenhouse is badly overgrown with vines and shrubs, with plants growing out of many of the broken windows and panels. The entirety of the frame is badly rusted, and portions of it have begun to sag inward and crumble away. Surprisingly modest in both style and size, the structure seems to have little in the way of ornamentation. It's not overly flourishy in what it is. It's very practical in what you're doing. But you do find there is a door where you're at that seems to be a little bit rusty and a little bit damaged, but it's definitely there. And the tracks did go past this door. But you haven't tried the door in the moment, if that makes sense.
They went past the door, or they went into the door?
They certainly they went through this door. Yeah.
Okay. Then I would want to try to go through the door as well.
No problem. As you find it's very stiff in the moment, but you can give me a strength check if you want to just. You see it give a bit, but not the whole way in a moment. You want to give it a bit of a shoulder barge, shall we say, to do the rest? Oh, easily done. So yeah,
I got those wide shoulders and I got that weight.
Absolutely, no problem. You push the door, the final bit. It gives as it goes. The plantings ahead of you as you're looking around in the moment as that's going on. It's at that point you hear things start to move within the greenhouse as this is all going on. And we're going to have to roll some initiative in a moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, right. Okay, we are back then. Yes, so we have just rolled initiative. We've just changed the layers a bit so we can see a little better. And we're starting at the top here. First of all, one of these rust monsters, Espen. These creatures starts to crawl its way out of the undergrowth as this is all going on here. And we are going to have one of these things trying to make their way over to you as this is all going on that one. Let's just see how far he can move. He can just about get to you as this is all going on, and as he scuttles out of the undergrowth and makes his way up to you, and he is going to attempt to bite you. So let's see how he's going to do with that. And a 21, very good for this guy on that one. That would be 8 piercing damage as that's all going on.
Espen, anybody who is somewhat close by will hear him say, "Foul beast!"
No problem. As it's doing this, as you were attempting to try and block or stop this creature, what would you have done? What would you have done it with in the moment?
We didn't say we were holding any Of our weaponry or items?
No. So what would this thing be biting into in the moment? Do you think is what I'm after?
I would probably say my right arm. Like I'd probably put my arm away and, reactionary. I don't know what my arm would have done, but that's just
no problem. And what are you wearing on that arm?
I think scale mail.
Okay, fair enough on that one. I'm going to say, to try and avoid anything extra going on here, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please? You're still taking damage, but whether or not anything more...
With my -1, I sure can.
Go for it.
I can't guide myself or anything. So is this a save or just it doesn't matter.
It's a saving throw, yeah, it's a saving throw in this case.
Come on low. Yep.
Okay, on that one, fair enough. If the object that is touched is not magic armor, it's made of metal in any way, it will now be taking a -1 penalty to AC to what it offers at this point. Cordelia, you are Cordelia. Sorry, apologies. There's someone else has thrown me. Cordelia.
Yeah.
Yes, on that one, you are next to react as you hear Espen. Yell in the moment from the greenhouse as this is all going on.
Oh, that sounds like some kind of commotion going on. Did someone want to go check that out?
I think Espen is, so I think we're fine.
Okay, I'll continue marveling at this beautiful statue. I mean, look at the featherwork they did in the wings. It's stunning.
Fair
And
enough.
that's my turn.
No problem.
And there's light throwing you away.
Okay, the next one here, it will make its way over, and it can get to you as well. And this one will try to do the same, I believe, on that one. So it's going to try and bite you. But I'm assuming,
I could leg at that one to kind of keep it away.
Yeah, absolutely. As these things are slowly beginning to move up. Meanwhile, Regulus, round to you.
Okay.
You'll not have me this day, beast!
Espen, are you in trouble?
Yes! Of course I am!
Are you sure?
6 seconds, so I'm done talking.
Fair.
And I just look over to Mona, and I'm like, I sort of do like the thumb, like, go on, go help him. And I'll just sort of like Homer Simpson into these bushes and hide.
No problem. You can make your way around there. Next on the list is a rust monster. This one will start making its way out and over where it's doing its thing. Okay, that one is done, bringing us to Espen's turn. 2 of these creatures, these cursed things are upon you.
Okay, Espen is going to use his action to disengage.
Okay.
So he's going to stumble out. Anybody who can see will see like the arm of his scale mail is like jacked up, I guess. And he's going to lift up his holy symbol, and from the jewel you'll see a projection of a basically like a mace, but like the top of it is like glowing brilliantly, and he is going to cast spiritual weapon where he was.
Okay, no problem. Let me grab you something to work as your spiritual weapon. Let me give you as a tile. 1 second.
I will attack the one that attacked me. Does 12 hit?
Mace is fine. Okie dokie. Let's grab you a blue, green, orange, purple, blue. Which one? What color would you like?
Orangish, reddish.
Oranges,
Like,
oranges,
James,
orange.
are these all included in Forge?
These are coming from JB2A, so they're one of the groups that make a lot of these animations and stuff that we use. The arrows ones we use and things like that will come from that as well. But
shout out to them.
It's so good. It's so good that they like integrate so easily with Forge.
it is indeed. They do very well. But yeah, so you will bring your mace in like that on that front, and then you're attacking one of them with a 12 here.
The one that hit me, so this one.
Okie dokie. 1 second. I don't think a rust monster is going to be having very high AC. but it is higher than a 12, unfortunately, as that attack happens. Anything else on your turn?
I stumbled back 10, so I'll continue to stumble back to there and just let them know that there are foul beasts in the greenhouse. There's foul beasts in the greenhouse.
Are they undead in nature?
I don't know.
So we keep stopping to have these conversations.
The second has gone. I can no longer speak. It's been foul beasts and then having a conversation with Regulus and done. I cannot say anymore.
You were definitely done. You're definitely done. So Espen has done his movement and everything there. Milton, round to you in this turn as this is all going on.
Oh my, Bob, take this down. And I will move over. Can I see into the greenhouse from here?
100%, yeah. It's all completely glass here, so you can definitely see there's one actually that's closer to you over here, but obviously through the glass. And then there are two more that are next to the spiritual weapon, if that makes sense, are the closest things. So you can see in. Most of the panes are half broken or some are broken. So yeah. Let me know what you're thinking. But yeah, there's certainly ways and means of making things happen.
Well, these seem to be preoccupied with this weapon, so I will put my hex on this one.
Okie dokie, no problem. So this one will be hexed in the moment.
Yes, and it will have disadvantage on... what is it? Strength checks, I guess? Yes, and then I will... No. And then I will lift up my cane, which has like a bloodstone laid into like the hilt. I will aim it at this one, and I will use it to cast Eldritch Blast as like a crackling energy shoots forward towards it.
So anyway, you started blasting.
Yeah, so we started.
Blast it.
Oh, it worked.
Cool.
Yeah, I missed though. Really cool. It's cool.
But the purple.
Because I'm behind the bush.
Oh, well, the purple
Your
blast.
face is just out of the bush. You can see it through there.
He pokes up. But yeah, yes. Unfortunately, Milton, you miss with that one. You see Bob off to one side, kind of look up, note, and then carry on writing.
Yeah. In the name of the law, die! And then I miss.
Fair enough.
That's my turn.
No problem. Next on the list would be something called a rust monster.
Don't you get 2 beams at 5th level?
You do indeed.
Oh, you've got your
Double
second
beam,
beam, Milton. Okay.
Pew pew.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm not a 5th level warlock, but I am a 5th level, so I guess I can do this.
Okay, go for it.
Now we know that Milton is multi-classed. You revealed something.
Oh my god.
Pachoo!
I still miss, right?
Oh, you still miss, unfortunately, on that one. So yeah, these 2 blasts come out from Milton as this is going on, but they go wide, hitting off the refracted glass around as this is going on. Okay, next on the list then, back to the rust monster that was next on the list. So this one is making its way out this way, and I believe it can get to about there. That will be done. Next one on the list. You've gained this one's attention as it starts to make its way out to you through the glass to make its way to you, Milton, as this is going on. So this one will attempt to go for you here with a bite. Let's see how it's going to do.
Oh no, I haven't put on my mage armor yet. It's bad.
I'd like to silvery barbs.
Oh, okay. Silvery barbs. Okie dokie.
Can we see them from here? Are we
can.
behind bushes or are we on grass? Oh no, we're on grass.
No, yeah.
It
You've
looks
got
like a
the
bush.
only Regulus has got his view blocked in the
Only
moment.
Regulus can't see because he's hiding
In the bush.
In the bush, yeah.
So these hedges here aren't like blocking.
So I've got to.
Like
I will re-roll. I will re-roll that, and we will take the new roll. So let's see how that.
I think it's like a flower garden that that is. But
Oof.
it's
Okay.
like a bush.
So yes, the new roll will be a 21. So unfortunately,
Yeah,
but the believe you still get to choose other bits, don't you, from silvery barbs?
Yes, so I get to give advantage to someone of my choosing. So I'm going to turn around to Mona, who's behind me, and go, maybe you should use that big old glaive of yours and get in there. And that will be me giving you advantage through silvery barbs.
Thanks.
Okay, fair enough.
So, which of the damage do I take? Is it the 8 of or the 3?
On that front, that's a very good point. It would be the first set of damage because it made me re-roll the die. Yeah. Okay. So that is
Oh
all.
no, sorry.
That's all right. Way too much health gone. Yeah, he was so thin he wouldn't have taken it. But no, that rust monster is done. We're going to next in the combat, which will be Mona.
Okay, Mona will run up. As she's running up, she'll pull out her glaive. She will stand here.
Mm-hmm.
She will first. Oh dear. Okay. She will cut her hand, and as she does, her hand will all ice over the wound, and her weapon will now have ice damage added to it.
Excellent.
And she will attack twice from 10 foot away.
Very nice.
What? That's not vicious glaive.
That looks more like vicious.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, and then 2d6 on top of that as well.
Okay, so it's going to be taking.
Your dice
I
is
think
so
this is. I
pretty.
think I'm sure this must be dead. 1 second on that.
It
front.
takes that 8 as well because I got the crit.
And then another 8 on top. I think that is going to be enough. That's exactly the right number of hit points to take one of these things out. So yeah, how do you? What do we see here as she sort of narrator
So you
runs
just-
up and?
Yeah, she runs up. You just see her slice her hand, pull the glaive back, and just come down and just slice it clean in half. It just instantly dies. But both sides, there's no like blood or anything. It's just frozen over.
In the moment as it goes down. Well done, well done. Anything else on Mona's part?
I do have an extra attack, but I have no more movement. So
Bringing us through to Astra's turn here. Yeah, you've just watched this woman run past you with the glaive, destroy one of these things instantly in the moment.
Yeah. Astra will quickly turn to Cordelia and give an incredulous look of what just happened. That was insane. And seeing that Milton's taken a bit of damage, she's gonna call out a healing word to him. There you go. 7. Did that actually change your hit points?
No, but it did a nice, pretty animation on him at least.
Lovely.
So
Cool,
yeah, Milton,
so-
you regain 7 hit points in the moment.
Yeah, you just turn around and you just see me behind the bush going, "You can do it!" a little bonus on that. Yep. And I think that's it for now. I don't think she's confident
That's a
enough
bonus
to
action.
It is. Oh gosh. I'll probably come up behind Mona and we'll hold an action if any of them come near me.
Okay, so with a dagger or a knife or something.
I have. Sorry. She will reach into her bag and pull out this. It looks like the handle is very much a rapier, but it's kind of folded in. She pulls it out in the same way you would an antenna of the old-fashioned phones, and then that's her rapier. That's how I've decided it looks.
Very nice.
But she's kind of ready behind Mona just in case if one does come near her.
No problem. Okay, coming down the turn order then, we have more of these beasties. Let's see how they're going. This one has to double move to get to you on this one, Espen, but it does make it out there. And then we have one more, and a little bit over there. That is done. Back to the top of the turn order. Okie dokie. So yeah, this one will attempt to make its way out of here and make its way away across to Espen on that one. The rust monster does make its way to you, and
I would like to do something because I don't know if this says when I'm attacked by a creature, so I'm being attacked. I'm going to use warding flame.
Ooh, sounds good.
Warding flare, sorry. So this thing comes at me and I see it, and so I reach for my holy symbol, and I just kind of open my eyes and they flare really brightly, directly at this creature, so I'm imposing disadvantage on the roll.
Nice. So sort of like this blinding light comes up in the moment on that front. Yeah, it's basically a reaction. So a reaction can be at any point. And yeah, the blinding light comes out, and this will be at disadvantage for this. Okay, let's see how it's gonna do.
Doesn't matter. Hits me.
Yes, with a 17, I'm assuming that is going to be okay for 6 damage on.
And I'm guessing I have to roll.
Yeah, can you just give me another con save again? Yeah.
Con? Because last time you said Dex, and I'm much better at con.
It is. You're absolutely right. It was Dex to try and avoid it on that front. Okay. So yeah, you don't take any extra damage on that one. You're spot on. Back round to you, Cordelia, on that one. Your turn.
She'll let out a bit of a, must we, kind of sigh. She'll turn towards the rust monsters incoming, and she'll kind of just outstretch her hands very elegantly and tilt her head back. And then you'll all hear a crack as her neck twists almost unnaturally, and there's just this sound of as the area begins to fill with these kind of black inky tentacles, and the entire area around the rust monsters just goes black.
Oof.
As she will cast Hunger of Hadar.
Oof, okay.
Cool.
And she's going to do it there.
I don't like.
I've always wanted to take Hunger of Hadar, but I've never made a character that would optionally take that. So I'm very glad that someone is using it.
I was thinking of taking it. I didn't end up going with it, but yeah, that's great.
Fair enough.
So those three will need to make a Dex save.
Dexterity saves. Okay, no problem. Let's do that.
Oh, okay. So at the start of their turn, they automatically take the damage, and then at the end, if they are still in the area, they do a Dex save, and if they fail
Take
that,
the
they
acid
take more.
damage.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah, just remind me on the turns as we go then. But anything else on Cordelia's turn?
No, but this area is complete darkness, so they are technically blinded, and it is difficult terrain, so they are half movement speed.
Fair enough on that one. Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. It's helpful, but yeah, there's other things going on in the moment with that. But fair enough. Okay. So yes, your turn comes to an end. The first rust monster will make its way across.
It will make a Dex save. No, it'll take 2d6 damage first.
Okay.
Also, it's blinded, so would it know which way to go?
Uncannily, yes. It can smell the metals that it's.
Yeah, okay, that tracks.
Did say there's something else in play.
Metal sense.
Yes, it has metal sense. Yeah, on that. So it's taking 8 damage on that one. No problem.
Yes. But the area is still difficult terrain, so...
Absolutely. So he moves 5. I'm going to say it can only get to you on this one, Espen, because it has to do the difficult terrain and get through the door. So this one can't attack you on this turn.
At the end of its turn, it'll make a Dex save.
So do I just see these maws biting out at me from the inky darkness, and then they kind of jump back in?
That's such a horrible description.
Why is it milky?
Just milky otherworldly
milky is
rub against
not...
it.
It didn't need to be milky.
Gross.
Of course it did.
No.
I love it. I love every single part of this.
We're learning so much about you, Seb.
19, so it will save.
That passes.
Regulus. Yeah, you haven't seen any of this yet. You're just hearing stuff going on. This is all going on.
So I'm going to just take a peek around the corner.
Yeah, and you just see...
You immediately see Cordelia, like, arms outstretched, head tilting back, like, in a very unnatural position, just making some horrible...
Oh, yeah, so I immediately look at you and be like, whoa. Okay, and then I'd look at just... All I could see is just this big mass of black, right?
Massive black tentacles, that are going on in there, and then sounds coming from them, and Espen on the edge of it, like darting around as things are going on, as this is going on right now.
So imagine this is what happens, right? Regulus looks over to his left because his back's against the shrubbery, sees Cordelia like that, hinges round like a door to look at all this mass of black, and then like the door again just slowly closes and goes back exactly where he was.
He's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, and he's like, nope, I don't think so. Nope. And
enough.
he will just hide again.
No.
I mean, there's not much else I could really do, but there we go.
He's going to make a stealth check on that one. Okie dokie. Next on the list, this guy. All right. How far can this one get?
We'll take 9 cold damage.
No, sorry. This one is not in the. This is outside. This is outside the greenhouse as this is going on. Yeah. Climbing over the shrubbery, Regulus, you are surprised that one of these things is attempting to appear. Yes, you would think it was somehow sensing you by some other way, but it has had to double move to get to you. As this is all going on. Bringing us to Espen right now.
Espen is being attacked from the inky darkness
of tentacle horribleness. Yes.
Yes.
Inky milky darkness.
Darkness.
Let's make sure. Yeah.
So he's going to raise up the amulet above his head and say, "Lathander, let your light wash away these foul beasts." And he is going to channel divinity, Radiance of the Dawn.
Okay.
So 17. There is a burst of 30 foot of light and an additional 30 feet. So anything that doesn't have any enemy that doesn't have total cover 30 feet of me, must make a DC 15 con save, or take 17 radiant damage.
Conrad saves.
Conrad saves.
First one is a fail. The second one is a fail. These are both going to fail as you sort of pierce this inky blackness that is going on in this space. I'm gonna rule it for now, as we don't have have an answer in the moment. I'm gonna say that it sort of will blast it back, and I'm gonna give it that the light will pass through. But obviously we will double check advice and get the actual thing in the for a final thing another time. But in this particular case, right now, I'm gonna say that it blasts the darkness away in the moment, if that makes sense, because I think you could rule that either way right now. So as you do that, but one day we'll find a sage advice on that one. And apologies, there are 3 rust monsters in there. I couldn't see it in the darkness, but the third one will also make the save as well. Let's see how that would do on that one. 3 fails, so that's pretty damn good on that one. So
does it catch the one that's over by Regulus too?
Each hostile creature within 30 feet.
Oh well, then definitely, yeah, absolutely. Let's.
So this light washes over you, and it's like a welcoming, almost warm feeling, but you see these rust monsters just burned by it.
It literally highlights the fact the rust monster is by my face.
Well, that's a damn good use of a channel divinity there. So let's do that. So 17 off of those.
And what's fantastic is that because of my amulet, I used it for free.
Very nice, very nice. Well,
Nice.
hey, these are the tools. So yeah, this blasts of holy energy in this space ring out. The glass, more of the glass shatters on the side of the greenhouse as this all goes on, and yeah, all these things seem to be burning from this holy energy as this all goes on. Anything else on Espen's turn here?
Monsters that are near me, does any one particular look really, really bad?
Yes, the one just off to one side of you here, this one looks the worst of the bunch.
Okay, can I move the spiritual weapon to this spot here so it could attack any of the 3 and attack this one, please?
Okay, yep, you move it to there. That's no problem. Roll away. Oh,
No.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, your spiritual mace it has 2 hit points to its name. So how did it finishes this one off?
You see Espen bring down the weapon or the amulet, and he's facing off these 3, and he's got Milton behind him, and Milton sees that, he was kind of scrambling away and looking scared, but after he channeled his holy energy, that he's become much more confident, and he looks to this one over to his left that seems to be rearing back, and it's about to do something, and the mace just literally comes in and goes, "What?
Melding it into the ground in the moments as that goes on. Absolutely. Yeah, bringing us probably to the end of Espen's turn there, unless he's got any movement he's going to be doing.
No.
No, fair.
Gonna stay there. He's gonna interpose himself, even though he's still not wielding a shield.
Okay, Milton, you're next on the list here.
Yes, I will use my bonus action to move my hex to this one.
Okay, no problem.
And then I will start blasting.
Oh man, another miss, unfortunately. Oh, that's more like it.
That probably hits. So 5 plus hex.
So I've done the 5. How much is the hex going to be?
For an extra 2.
Okay, fair enough. Leaving that one looking very rough after that.
Is the Hunger of Hadar, is that still here, or has this been dispelled?
No, in the moment, for this one time, the holy energy has dispelled it until we find out otherwise from a sage advice.
Well, just to be sure, I will back off, move behind here, only to see this monster.
Yeah, this one's scuttering over the top of Regulus.
But I will take a little bit of distance because I do not want to be mauled again.
No problem, no problem. Next on the list, that would be the other one. Okay, that one will get to there. So there's one right behind Regulus and Astra here. Which one is it going to choose here? So
Please still have a held action to
oh, you definitely do. Yeah. It's literally this thing. This thing has come scuttling up out of the over the bushes. This is going on.
Delightful.
Yeah,
I will
think of that.
hack it.
Your rapier lashes out at this thing, but to no avail in the moment as this is going on. However, you do get its attention in the moment.
I'm excited by that.
Incoming bite attack. Let's see how it's going to do. Okay.
There's one there. Holy shit! I did not see it.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Well, it wasn't there until this turn. So it literally moved there after you moved. So so with an 8, it would definitely miss you. That is definitely done.
Terrible.
Next on the list is this one, which is dead, so we don't have to deal with that. Bringing us to Mona. There are a few of these things around.
She will swing around and attack the one that's right next to her. 22 for 10 damage plus 5 ice damage.
10 damage plus 5 ice damage. Absolutely, it takes all of that.
And again, one more attack. 23 to 6. Boop. 2 more.
And another 2 on top. Okay. Your attacks are strong, but you don't do as much as you did last time, but it's not as clean, but it looks very, very rough after that. Some of the mandibles are already taken off the thing. It looks like it's bleeding out as it's going on, but it's still alive in the moment. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Astra, round to you. One of these things is, literally upon you.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to smack it again because it's in close quarters. Smack, smack, smack.
Oof.
For the love of God.
Nope, not that time.
I'm then going to turn to Milton and say, okay, I'm not very good at this. I really hope you're going to be better than me. You can do this. I know you can. And you can have Bardic Inspiration for your next go.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Bringing us to another rust monster. Burning from holy energy against you, Espen, here. It's going to continue its attacks as this is all going on. Let's see how it's going to do. Another bite incoming. 21. Okay, on this one. For 3 piercing on that one.
And here's my dex save.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that's a waste of a nat 20, but nice.
Fair enough. No problems. No extra issues with that. Okay, so yes, that one will fail. Next on the list. Okie dokie. That's this one. And Regulus, you have a third one appearing to one side of you as this is all going on. As that is done, but it had to double move to get to its position.
I guess I'm not hidden, so I can't get any sneak attack or anything like that.
Yeah, I think you'll find it's probably not going to be a thing at the moment on that front. Yeah, they're not the beastie for that. Back at the top of the turn order, this rust monster is still alive next to you, Espen. So he will attack you again.
Or sorry, warding flare.
Warding flare. Okie dokie. Well, fair enough. But yeah, you've turned it from a bad to a really bad. So well, it definitely will be missing. So
take that.
100%. So that is.
It bites its friend, right, James?
it does not bite its friend in the moment, though. Cordelia, back to you.
With the dispelling of Hunger Patar, the arms drop and her neck clicks back into place. And she just makes a bit of like oh, excuse me. Then realizes that there are still the rust monsters around.
Booped. Not
Yeah,
just
essentially. She'll nonchalantly just take a couple of steps back. You'll see her fingers make some kind of unnatural movement as if to like weave energy between her hands. And then she will shoot out this black bolt of fire at this one. Pew!
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
Oh, blimey. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you eviscerate this thing in the moment. It had 10 hit points left to its name. So yeah, this one will be burning to an absolute crisp in the moment as holy fire and then other fire comes along to finish the beastie off.
I'm going to take a couple more steps back as well because I'm a super squishy.
Okay, no problem. Next on the list, that one is dead. Regulus, your position, that was, it looked good for a moment, and now it looks terrible. But so...
Okay, well, I will attack this one.
Okay.
And, just attack it.
Sure.
Sure, I'll attack it with my vicious dagger.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So 6 damage, no sneak attack, I imagine.
No sneaky at this point.
Oh, I don't want that one. Right, and then I will disengage as bonus action and go over here.
Okay.
That's a space, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all.
Oh, there's things over there. As I rush past Milton.
No worries. Okay, bringing us to the next on the list. The rust monster that was upon you will move instead to Milton as this is going on.
Oh no.
You can take it.
3 of them.
I believe in you.
Milton incoming and 22 this time for.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. Yeah, what are you wearing?
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. I am wearing just a leather.
No problem. So we don't have
thing
to worry
with, like
about
my very fine ropes. I'm not wearing metal armor.
No
now,
problem.
what are you wearing under what you're wearing? Wink.
Oh, I believe that is Milton, and if you want to discover what is under his clothes, that is something we should discuss in private. So
Subscribe to Axiom's channel to find out what is
Oh my god!
the Milton's robes.
Oh
That is
my
a
god!
secret code, isn't it?
So have we just figured out what the After Dark episode is? Okay, all right, okay.
Axiom After Dark.
Oh
I love
no!
it.
Oh no! I'm poo-pooing it now. Poo-pooing it now.
It will just be centaurs. It will only be centaurs. That's all it will be.
No, immediately. No.
Yeah. You've just destroyed the whole plan. It's gone. It's gone.
X card, no.
Alrighty, bringing it back round then. Espen, there is at least one of these PCs left on you as this is going on.
Espen is going to bring two of his fingers up in the air and then bring it down, and as he does, a spire of flame is going to hit this one, and it's going to be a sacred flame.
Incoming. Let's see. A 9. No, they have not Dexy, so yes, it will fail, taking 7, and with only 3 hit points to its name, another monster will die. So yeah, how the flame's burning this one up, I guess.
Yeah, and Espen keeps his fingers pushing down, and as he's pushing down, the spire flame is just boring into this rust monster until finally it just collapses on the ground and the flames go into it and kind of burn it from the inside out like it's exoskeleton.
It's incinerating its innards in the moment.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and 17 as a bonus action, move it 20 feet.
Well, we were
okay.
both wrong.
Yeah, it turns out the answer is somewhere in between.
That's the best solution.
So about-
Yeah.
Both wrong.
James, you can move this
To
to
there.
that. There you go. Yeah.
Spot on. Okay, well, yeah, there we go. We live and learn, as always, with the rules. No problem.
And Espen will just kind of walk up next to Mona, looking like a bloody mess. The arm of his scale mail just jacked up, and he'll say, "Is everyone okay?" Even though he looks like absolute crap.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, that one is done. Milton, your turn.
yes, I will. As before, I can cast within melee range of these creatures, correct?
You can cast. Yeah, I don't know whether it would be at disadvantage depending on what you were trying to do.
Once again, I'm just trying to transfer my my hex over to this guy,
Oh, fair enough.
and then blast it with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a disadvantage.
Eldritch Blast would be disadvantage.
Yeah,
you can
I'll
still
take
do
it.
it. You can still do
Fine.
it. Okay. Yeah, that works. Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you missed on the
do
first.
I do have Bardic Inspiration, and I would like to use it.
Yes, use that's the use for it.
What's the die?
I think it's a D8 at this point in time. I will double check though quickly.
Ooh,
Yeah, 1D8. Yeah.
7 on top, so 16. You're gonna do it. How does he finish this beastie off? You were within range. The Eldritch Blast energy takes the head, or the
Yeah, I'm just saying, like it enters it through like its maw or its mouth, and it like crackles through like its whole body, and like
yes.
suddenly like the little like feet, leg things like burn off or like fly off, and it like basically explodes.
as the purple energy goes through the body. Excellent.
And then
you still got another one.
yeah, the other one I will target. This one I cannot change my hex against, since I already used my bonus action, so this will just be. And I will second Eldritch Blast.
15, I think 15 is enough here. So for 2.
Yeah, only 2 damage though. But...
Is that one that also at disadvantage?
No, because
It's
it is
further
not
away, yeah.
within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, it's not as close. Okay, so that is all done. Milton staying put, no movement.
There's still one here, right?
There is still one there. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm not moving.
Okay. Next on the list is that one. who attacked this one? Who caught this one badly last round? That
I'm
would
gonna
be Mona.
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 It was,
Wasn't me.
Oh, I thought I attacked it as well.
Yeah, you
Yep.
did, but I think that
missed.
it's whoever did the most damage is what I'm more worried about.
I'm happy with it to be that way. Don't worry about it.
Mona, yeah. So you obviously have gotten this thing's attention as this is all going on. So a 20 to hit for 7 on that front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what would you be blocking with?
My arm, but I have no armor on my arm, so
Fair enough. Okay, no problem.
I only have a breastplate.
Mona's got full plate, but she hasn't got it on her arm. She's
I have not got
The
a full plate,
one
unfortunately.
arm that doesn't. No, fair enough. On that one, so yeah, you'll be taking the 7 piercing from that. That one is done. That one is dead. Bringing us to Mona's turn.
Okay, I will bring my glaive down on the one that just hit. A 9 plus
Oh yeah, no, you are. Yeah, you
11.
It's done. It's done. A
And then she will-
clean kill.
Push past Astra. Not. She doesn't really care about Astra, so it's just
Fair enough.
a blatant just push past, and she will attack with her glaive again with this to this one.
Oof. Okay.
14 plus 2, 16 damage.
Okay, but yeah, it's looking pretty injured after your attack, but is still up. Apologies, the numbering has gone wrong on that one.
Yep, that's fine.
Bringing us to Astra.
Okie dokie. How gammy do people look?
If you were looking around in the moment, Espen would be the one that would look like he'd been jacked up the
And
most.
looks jacked up, but he also looks oddly more confident than you've ever seen him.
I'm gonna call over and be like, Espen, you're doing a really good job. Just keep yourself upright, and that will be your healing word coming for you.
Excellent.
Be nice.
Target me, senpai.
I nearly logged off.
nearly done.
My limit was reached. There you go, 7.
I'm not sorry, but thank you.
And then with my extra, I'm going to turn to that rust monster, and I'm just going to yell, extra, extra, read all about it. Monster found in maze, acting like a little bitch. And then that'll be Vicious Mockery.
Okay, vicious mockery incoming. I can't believe you make kill it with mockery. Okay, let's see.
That would be my way as a bard, just coming in for that last
Make fun of
minute.
something so hard in this game that it dies.
On that one, right? Okay,
wisdom save.
Wisdom
Max
save.
damage
Here we
as
go.
well.
Yeah.
It's enough damage. Unbelievable.
James, did she sad it to death?
She's literally just literally mocked this thing to death. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the way of me playing a bard, is I just come in for the kill steal at the end.
Kill still at the end of it.
I'm back.
But that does bring us, I believe. Let me just double check. I believe that is to the end of our combat here, as the last of these creatures will finally give up the ghost, as these monsters and the quietening of everything happens in the moment as you breathe heavy. The first monster's gone. Espen, you remember hearing stories of the creatures in these gardens, and you've now survived whatever they
I feel
were.
like that could have been all avoided. Like, why did we even come into the garden? To fight monsters?
Well, to
I felt
make
very
sure-
unprepared for that.
Well, we came here to make sure that the grounds are cleared of any danger, so no potential hauntings, no potential ghosts, no potential curses
Regulus is
will
like
be
on
levied
his head.
upon you, the new owner. By the way, I must say I am very impressed with all of you, and I am very glad you are on my team. Miss Cordelia, I am very impressed with your ability to channel the eternal blackness of the void. Very well done.
Milky blackness.
Miss Leona, I am very happy for your combat skills. Very, very nice. Miss Astra, I have never heard such a snide comment in my life. Very well done.
Thank you.
Mr. Espen, I must say, your ability to wield a divine power is mightily impressive.
Look, I know where this is going. Nowhere for me. Right?
No, do not get me wrong. Your ability to hide was incredible. I have never seen someone hide with such skill in my life.
Hide in bush. Okay, as Bob's writing it down in the book.
I hid in the bush, but apparently they could see me through the bush. That was unforeseen.
Yes, there are many rumors about the sorts of beasts and devils and ghosts and curses that are around these grounds. If we are to cleanse it, we will have a lot to do, and this is only a small step in that direction. Espen reaches out and grabs the hilt of the spiritual weapon and makes as if he's sheathing it, which is just him dismissing it, so it goes away.
No, fair enough.
And after that, I didn't make it inside the greenhouse, so I would still like to go into the greenhouse and look for the tracks that I originally brought me there in the first place.
Absolutely, you can. Yes, everybody else, you just watch as Espen starts to walk back off into the greenhouse.
That's happening. I'll just be, Regulus, hold this, and I'll hand you my glaive, which I imagine is way too heavy for you.
I'm pretty strong. I had super good skills. Stat. I got 11 in strength.
Well, that's better than I thought it was. Anyway, she'll unwrap her wraps around her arm, and they are just covered in scars. She'll rip off some of the thing that's been damaged and bloody. She'll just rewrap it, all of her wraps, and grab it back off you and say, "Can you help next time at least? Like, I know you've hired me to help you, but."
Well, I was gonna, but there's someone pulled a bloody massive blackout, and I couldn't see shit.
That was you because you hid in the bush.
No, some bloody tentacle stuff was going on.
as it's left in the silence of the moment. Meanwhile,
she turns around and wanders off.
Astra will hand Cordelia a business card as Cordelia goes past and goes, "You seem like you have a really interesting life. If you ever want the world to know it, just give me the exclusive." And just she's got like a blush on her cheeks because she thought you were super cool, and like will hand you a little card, and then she'll just like scurry off.
She seems amused.
That is fair.
Come on, Regulus.
Yes.
Bob stayed behind here to take notes on everything that was said. Well, I followed Espen to this place to make sure it's secure and to see if there's any paperwork or any trace of the previous inhabitants present in this greenhouse.
No problem. You can make an investigation check, Milton, and at the same time, I will have a survival check from Espen, please. See what he can find.
Okay, I would like to guide myself, please.
Absolutely.
Wait.
Whoa, very good, very good.
Oh, nice. So survival. Nice.
Wow.
I'm gonna add 20 to. I'm gonna 4 to that. Let's see if I can get 30. No. Only 28, James.
Okay.
Only.
What you figure out in the moment, Espen, is confusing, but you're certain of it. The tracks move to the middle of the greenhouse, and then there is a right foot, and then there is no left. As it moves, they're gone in that moment. There is nothing. From the center of the greenhouse to nothing, gone. And you're certain you haven't missed anything. You are sure of yourself in the moment, but it's confusing. And Milton's investigation that is slightly different in terms of what you're looking around for if there's any sort of items. Unfortunately, it's another one of these ones where it is a overgrown greenhouse. Nothing that you can make out on that front is on that one. However, you do recognize some of the plants and bits and bobs around that some of them may be medicinal in use, Milton, but nothing stands out over and above anything else on that one.
I will make careful inventory of every type of plant I see, add it to the list to make sure that this can be properly inventorized, so it can be put into the documents of like transfer of property.
No
And
problem.
Bob will help with this.
Of course, yeah, no problem. But yeah. So Espen is scratching his head as Milton is kind of documenting the plants, but is realizing that it is what it is of a broken building. But yeah, Espen, you've got the more puzzling conclusion that you're coming to.
Yeah, I look up. Is like the roof of the greenhouse intact?
The direct center of the greenhouse above you is not intact. It has, in fact, been taken out at one point. And I'll give you with the level that you're at, there is a distinct round circle of missing glass in the area above.
That's odd. Yeah.
Does the impact look like it came from the inside up or outside in?
If Espen is pointing this out, you can make a investigation or perception. See which way you want to do.
Yeah, we'll say Espen says the tracks lead here, and then just stop. I something from above, maybe, or I don't know. He seems very perturbed, and annoyed and worried.
With a 15, there should be debris, and there isn't. You're looking at it. It's like it's been cleanly cut out.
So it's like a perfect circle. There's no broken glass or anything.
No, I mean it's pretty close to being a perfect circle. I won't say it's perfect, but it's a nice even shape, if that makes sense.
And so because of that, you can't tell which direction.
Yeah.
Well, there's no debris to say there's any direction, if that makes sense. That's the more odd thing, I would say.
Is there any like scorching or is there like a clear mark on the ground?
No.
Like something has been vaporized, essentially.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, there's no sign of any marks on the ground. However, I would say that if the examination of the glass, you would say the edges looked almost melted.
James, can I stomp around the middle of this, see if maybe there's like a false floor, like boards or anything like that?
You got a nat 20, Espen. I guarantee you were thorough and you know exactly what you were dealing with, if that makes sense. I'm not hiding anything from you.
They've been raptured. That's what it was.
They've been raptured.
Is there anyone with knowledge of magic enough to know what can do such a thing?
I have a specialty in Arcana, so I shall give that a go.
I have dabbled in the arcane as well. Should you wish to help?
Yeah, let's rack the old brain, see if I remember anything from my readings.
Okay, fair enough. Well, 19 is pretty damn good, but in this case, no, you have no frame of reference for this. What's going on?
You do have advantage.
Oh, then I'll do it again.
Never mind.
Didn't help.
It sat on a 20 for like a second as my laptop glitched. No,
Fair enough. But no, you don't have a frame of reference for this at the moment.
Not enough evidence to work with.
Yeah, at this second.
At a loss, and seeing that other minds are here, I think Espen's just going to step to the side a bit and let his mind wander a little bit. But while he's doing that, is there any way that I could cast Mending on my armor so that I don't have that -1 anymore? Or did the rust monster like just completely eat away at like the arm of my scale mail?
It's basically eaten away at the arm of your mail at the moment, if that makes sense.
Okay,
With time and a bit of effort, maybe you get more. But I think it's a little bit beyond the idea of the mending.
All right. Well, then Espen's going to unsling his shield and put his messed up arm in that one, so that at least
it's
his
covered.
Arm isn't exposed. Yeah, and he should have been walking around with the shield out anyway. That he knows better the place. He got distracted.
Fair enough.
Now he's wielding his shield.
No problem.
In a similar vein, Milton will, after like this whole place has been inventorized, he will clap his hands and like out from under his long like red leather cloak, like shadows will start to form and start to cling to like his his vest, and that will basically be my mage armor, which I can
Okay.
cast at will on myself. So
No problem, no problem. Mage armor done.
Regulus is going to talk to Milton and be like, you know, this doesn't reflect badly on me now, this whole fighting situation, right? I've hired people to do this for me. I'm not a fighter, obviously. I'm a noble.
well, the law does not care about bravery, so in that case, yes, you are fine.
That's fine. And it's not like I'm not brave. It's just I don't fight. Why would I fight?
Oh, it is fine. If bravery were the measure by which wealth was distributed, then the paladins, the great heroes, would be the most wealthy people in the land. But
Yeah, sure. But it's not
it-
like that, is it? Because obviously the law is on my side because I'm the inheritor of this place, the legal heir. And that is the law.
As long as we find proof of your claim, then yes.
Or is it if we kick all these ghosts' butts?
Then if we kick these ghost butts, find proof of your lineage, then yes, this will all be yours.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't say cool. Okay, well, that's fantastic news, because obviously I want to just expedite this. I just want to get this done.
That is very understandable. We will do our best to make sure that happens. That was all what I was going to say.
Well, Espen is massaging his bad knee, and finally feels, he's able to stand up on it a little bit and says, "Okay, then let's continue walking your grounds, Lord Corvanus. I guess what should I address you as?"
Lord Corvinus is fine. I mean, that makes it comfortable. Why did you rush out here, by the way?
The sooner
Don't
we
think
get...
of it. I mean, we all knew, we could all see you were specifically rushing out here. It wasn't like hidden well.
Well,
It's obviously something that's got you ruffled.
I cast a glance over at Astra. Apologies, my lord. My reasons for coming with you here weren't completely altruistic. My acolyte, Fariana, she went missing a couple of days ago, and I know she got it in her head to come to this land. I've communed with the sun god, and he confirms that she is somewhere here. I saw tracks. They led in this direction. I thought maybe I could find her. I truly believe that she is somewhere in your...
Why not be more forthright about it? Like, you made us believe that you were doing something for us. If we were just to look for someone and you wanted that, then we could have just done that. And we would have been more aware, and we would have been ready for fight.
To be honest, my lord, the Corvinars who came before you weren't exactly of the people of the land. I honestly...
No, they definitely were not.
Of your ilk that you would not
They're
care.
all a bunch of bastards. That's
I
what
can't
I'm trying to say. You
I can't
can't say that, but I can, because that's how I was. That's how I'm in the situation I'm in now.
Write it down, Bob.
Yeah, I got it, boss. I got it.
Bob, make sure you underline also.
3 scores.
Forgive me. I did not mean to put any of you in danger. I was just hoping to find my apprentice. I feel like the longer that she's here alone, the more danger she is in. And what we have just experienced just strengthens my belief in that. But if you are with me in this, I would be in your debt. I will obviously help you clear this place of its curses and its ill intent towards the living, which I truly believe is had here.
That's very admirable. I will help you as long as you help me, and that's the debt done.
With All the cards on the table, I will be honest that there are other tracks leading off to the west. Fresher tracks that could be her.
Well, as Milton keeps telling me, we need to cleanse this entire place, so why not start outwards in?
Sounds good. Thank you. So thank you so much, my lord.
Write that down.
And
More scribbles.
Espen will again take the lead and go off in the direction where he saw the other tracks.
Okay, so one thing I will say, Espen, as you get to here, as you're literally moving here, you do see a path down the side of the greenhouse leading off into the garden further afield, and there does seem to be a bi-directional track at the end of that. But yeah, you do also obviously know that there are other tracks on the other side of the fountain.
Are there any tracks leading down this path or no?
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna have another survival check to let you know.
Okay, guidance.
Okay, 14. Okay, not yeah. No fresh looking tracks, but there are certainly older tracks within the last few weeks. So there is something.
She hasn't been missing that long, so
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and ignore those tracks. I'm gonna go towards the fresher ones over here.
Okay, no problem. You start making your way across to the other side here as this is all going on. You can you make your way along. Let's have another roll for this side of thing. Oh no, I'm going to keep the 14. This is all generally off your 14, if that makes sense.
15, because I guided myself.
Your guidance as well. That's fair enough. So with a 15, you do find that there is your tracks sort of end around this sort of point here, and they seem to disappear into the undergrowth as far as you can see.
Mr. Espen, wait for us, please. Otherwise, we will be in the same situation as we were before.
My apologies. I'm just worried. She's like a daughter to me in many ways.
Oh, as we pass by here, are these graves?
As you're looking down, it does appear to be relatively fresh spaces for graves, yes.
Why would they put graves in?
Mr. Espen, I believe this is an area worthy of investigation. If we manage to find proof of deaths of the last known Corvinar's family, this will greatly aid in the young Master Regulus's claim on this land. I do understand that you are very worried and hurried, but this is an area that is of great interest to our mission here.
He looks off in the direction where the tracks lead and looks back. He has a little bit of a pained expression on his face, but says, I gave my word, so of course. And he will go up to you and he will pat your shoulder and just say, let Lathander's light guide you to the answers that you seek. And you have guidance.
How did this guidance feel, James?
It burns.
No, you're in the thing, but yeah, uncomfortable. But you've been through it before. You know what these things are about.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Espen, Mr. Healer Espen. So, how fresh are these graves?
I need you to make a perception check for me, first of all.
Can I aid him in that? Because I feel like digging around graveyards is stuff I've done on the job.
Absolutely,
before,
absolutely.
Cool.
Also, yeah, so perception, I'm guessing with advantage then?
Mhm.
I'm not great at this, but...
And
That's
you
one.
get a D4
And a
as
D4.
well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Much better, and then your D4 on top.
Roll
Nice, 20.
for 20.
Nice,
The
yeah, absolutely.
Dirtiest of 20s.
It's the dirtiest of 20s, but it definitely works. Yeah, you starting out as you two are looking at all of this, the obviously the larger pit that you saw off to one side that's sort of relatively freshly dug, as in within the last few days. Has nothing in it, but is of grave size. But then you start looking over the flower beds at these others as you're looking down the thing. Some would say you could discount the mounds as flower beds as being poor gardening, but it starts to dawn on you what it is as you start to uncover, and just in portions in places, this is not just the grave of a person. These are mass graves of bodies as this is going on. Multiple people are buried in these flower beds as this starts to go. No items, and very old. A lot of them are nothing but skeletons on that front. But there are dozens of bodies buried in the soil here.
Are they neatly stacked? Sorry, are they neatly stacked bodies, or are they like?
Not so easy to tell, but with a 20, I'm still going to say that you can see that they have been deliberately placed. Would be the thing. And your gut is that they have been stripped of items and clothing, so they were buried. They were buried with nothing. But these are definitely, mass numbers in here. You haven't done a proper count, but you certainly look in there and you think, okay, there are many heads already that you're starting to pull up.
The Corvinaris family has been gone for a long while, right? I think you said 20 years or something?
20 years they've been gone, yeah, absolutely.
Would that time be enough to do this to these bodies?
Yes, flesh wouldn't be around. You wouldn't be aware of that flesh wouldn't be around after 20 years, yeah.
Okay.
Could this be like the staff? Like his massive bodies? Like killing off their staff?
It is certainly possible. I let me quickly do a check. Can I do Divine Sense here?
Yeah, you can definitely do the Divine Sense on that one. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So what you'd be gaining, I'll give it to you in these sort of terms here. The mass grave lingers with divine energy. Most likely from some sort of ceremony or ritual used to try and sanctify the grave. So these are buried properly in some ways, if that makes sense. Someone took time and effort to basically. You Milton would be aware enough that these are the kind of things that you do to make sure that you don't have rising undead. It would be the best way of putting it. As this is all going on.
I will tell this to the party that I am currently feeling this through my supernatural powers given to me by law. Because law is a superpower. And I suggest we move on to other parts, and then once we have sanctified the grounds, I suggest we come back and attempt to identify the people buried here, perform the exhumation, and try to figure out what happened here exactly in order to make sure there wasn't any wrongdoing on the part of,
Espen's going to give a quick prayer to the bodies here, just to, re-up their holiness. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Keeping the sanctity of what's happened.
Sure.
Here. Yeah,
just whatever he can do. They're in, like, the history of Ferncombe hasn't been any sort of mass disappearance or anything like that, right? Or any of the.
I mean, the whole family disappeared, didn't they? As in, this place.
Yeah,
hasn't
but I meant
been
like of the townspeople.
No, nothing that you're aware of like that. No, in the stories that have come through. But
okay. Any of the bodies that I can see well enough to find out cause of death?
Skeletons.
Most of those have been skeletons. You could start digging around to see if any are fresher, or because you've not opened up every grave, if that makes sense. You've picked a couple in the middle, and they were mass graves.
Maybe just a little bit.
Make an investigation check. Let's see what you would find in one of the others. Let's see how you do.
Guidance for me.
Perhaps one of these two on the end, they're the only ones without flowers growing on them, so they're fresher.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll call it that as that's going on. But yeah, if you want to roll,
So where are you thinking?
I was thinking you were going to go for an investigation check on one of these.
Sure. Okay, I'll go. No.
These are like, this is like a grave where no one's in it, right? This is
Correct.
just
That,
like
that one is an open grave at the moment with nothing in
and I'm
it, but there is a
assuming this is just
mound. There is a mound next to it. Yes, that
I
doesn't
thought
have.
it was like the
apologies.
dirt from the grave.
Well, maybe, but you haven't. If you're investigating this space,
You won't know until
yeah.
Okay.
Just the word mound brings back bad memories, but yes.
Okay, you said investigation. Not great, even with guidance.
Oh,
You were 2.
oh, okay. No, I mean
My heart's not into it because I know that there are tracks leading away from this.
that is fair. That is fair. So yeah, you start digging through it, and you do start to think, this has got to just be the earth from the dig as this is going on.
There's nothing here. It's something to circle back to, I suppose.
Okay.
I'll step back towards Cordelia.
What's everybody else up to? What are you thinking at the moment?
Miss Cordelia, you have an ability to commune with the dead, is that right? You are a medium, if I remember correctly. Is it within your ability to see whether or not these graves may cause like a curse or a haunting on this garden or on this estate property?
More specializing in speaking with the spirits of the dead more than their bodies, but we can certainly try.
Well, you are the expert opinion in this field, so I will defer to you in the case vis-a-vis the safety of this.
I put
Great
my
stuff.
hand on Cordelia's shoulder and I say, "May the beacon of the Thunder's light lead you to the answers you seek."
Or she will just nudge out of the way of that one.
Do I still give it to you or no?
Probably not, no.
No.
She will...
Okay, that's fine. And Espen holds up his head and says, "Okay, that's you believe in yourself enough. That's fine." And I'll go stand by these tracks and wait to go.
Astra will have watched that interaction, and then just when Espen's gone, just so she doesn't like insult him, she'll just gently pat your shoulder and go, "Good job. I believe in you." And that's guidance from me, with no religious symbolism behind it at all. You just get regular.
Regular old guidance.
Yeah. Just self-faith and loved.
All right.
She will
what's she trying?
close her eyes and she will call out into the ether and say something along the lines of, if any of the spirits here still linger, make yourselves known. And she will psionically cast detect thoughts to try and pick up any thinking creatures that we cannot see.
Okay. What's the distance on that?
30 feet.
Yeah, are you picking up our thoughts too?
I'm not really focusing. I'm trying to get a general scan of the area. So I could probably detect your thoughts, but nothing coherent.
I'm going to say that this does work to a degree here, Cordelia, on it, in that behind you, past the hedges that you're seeing in front, there is presence a little further off. Cold presence.
I will focus in on that, and I believe I can make a roll, or they make a roll. It's been a while since I've used Detect Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can also use a spell to detect presence of thinking creatures I can't see. Once I detect the presence of a creature that way, I can read its thoughts for the rest of the duration as described above, so I think I can probe it. So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Whatever it is resting and sleeping in the moment, but it's a cold presence of something of an undead origin would be the best way of putting it, is what you're getting in the sense.
The arms kind of drop, and she turns her head in the general direction of where this thought is coming from.
Yeah, literally, if you were looking directly behind you, would be looking in the right direction, past the hedgerows.
There is a malicious presence over there, one of undead origin.
Well, let's just leave. Oh, we can't. And I look at Milton. Like,
Well then, I propose we go and cleanse it in order to ensure the safety of you, your offspring, and the population as a whole.
Espen visibly gulps, but nods, and will step through the hedges.
Yeah, you can find that there is a way to push through. On the other side of the hedgerows there, Espen, you do see a
Is
lock.
it anywhere, or can
No,
I...
it's specifically where Espen found the track point on that front.
Okay.
But yeah, there is a locked door of a small kind of cottage area as you're sort of going through. These hedgerows are ridiculously overgrown, hiding the cottage completely. But yes, you can make it out, and it seems fairly intact as you're looking at it.
Espen holds out the sledgehammer, but then raises an eyebrow to Milton. Says, "Do you think you have keys to this door, or should we?"
I will... Give me a moment. I will get closer. First, I'll feel if it opens just normally, see if it's locked, because I don't think we've tried it.
And no, fair enough. It does appear to be locked as you're going for that.
Well, in that case, I'll go for the key. I'm not sure if I have more keys or just
I think you have. I think you have a little reel of keys.
Ring.
Yeah, you have a ring of a few keys, if that makes sense.
And I'm just going through them like one by one because they are not properly labeled.
Yeah, you give him a few minutes, but and you suddenly, Milton, that one looks about right.
While all of this is going on, Cordelia's just going to put her hand to her head and kind of reach in the general direction of where this presence is, and she'll just focus on it and keep a listen out to see if we are detected. If it wakes up, she wants to know.
Fair enough. Right now, it seems to be in the one of the corners of the space, but isn't moving. Milton, are you trying to quietly open this door, or what's the plan here?
Cordelia has alerted us to the presence of this undead being, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
In that case, I will open the door as quietly as possible, yes.
Okay, no problem. And the door will unlock, and yeah, you can quietly open the door.
Can I try to stealthily move my way inside?
Yeah, you can make a stealth check, absolutely.
Okay, what is this place? Because this looks like pretty ruined.
So yes, a ruined small sort of cottage sort of shows itself on the inside. It seems to be just as bad on the inside as the outside. Clearly was a cottage of some sort, maybe a gardener's place, etc. on that front. But yeah, it's in horrendous disarray on the inside as you're looking around and having a look at this place.
What's this?
You are looking at the stationary bodies of creatures that of undead origin as this is looking, and it suddenly starts to dawn on you there are many of these creatures in here now as you're starting to look.
Oh.
But they are completely stationary.
I will point this out to my companions, and I will try to ascertain as to what might have caused this destruction inside this room. That's a possibility.
Make an investigation check. Yeah.
Is there light in here, James, or are we all looking at this vision?
You're looking at darkness in here. Yes, so sorry, apologies. Yeah, so those without light on, they won't be seeing much. But the people with dark vision can see. There are creatures in here that are literally hiding in the darkness.
Put dancing lights out so people can see.
Whoa.
Okay, I was also going to cast light too.
Okay, fair enough.
Gonna,
On that front.
I was okay.
Instantly, the creatures will react to the light and will.
You never
will
see the
come
horror
to-
movie? Thank goodness.
They don't exist in this world.
as they will come to from the light, the thing they were
Horror
hiding
play.
from in this whole space.
How did everyone back up into this doorway?
I just this is Mona's job, so she just walked in. She didn't stealth. She was
Yeah,
like, well,
I walked in after Mona.
Yeah, but
I was about to
I
do
was
it.
like, oh, it's fine. Nobody's in the doorway now. Everyone seems to be in the doorway. Like the lights went up and everyone backed up into this doorway.
Just roll
Okay.
for initiative.
Oh, I'm probably so bad on initiative.
Oh.
After this combat is done, I will have Bob write up like a sternly written memo on like sudden uses of magic. Because this has happened twice now, and it's
You gotta go with
it's
the rules.
problematic.
He needs to roll initiative so we can not fight again.
Yes.
Okie dokie. As this is going on, the lights go up from the dancing lights, and the creatures reel back from the light and start screaming in the moment. And Milton, you're the first to react.
Well, I know undead are part of the things that need to be cleansed from here, so I will do that. I will react and take like my walking cane that I have always have with me, and I will pull like the handle out, and it will reveal like a very slender, long blade. Because it's basically a sword cane, and I will try to smash at this undead thing.
Okay, go for it.
Would it be possible, because I'm not sure how it works, I should have looked at this, but is it possible for Bob to give me advantage on this? Because I know there's something with familiars.
Yeah, if you got
I'm
familiar.
sure.
you
Yeah,
can.
I'm sure it's doable. So yeah, let's go. Let's go for it.
Bob is also an imp, so he can turn himself invisible and give you the help action without incurring any kind of.
We'll make sure we have him involved next time.
Bob will do that, and Bob will. Bob is understanding orders to do this. He knows what's the deal. So I will. Oh, I did not select automatically, but that's fine. I guess I didn't roll with advantage, so I'll do it twice, just in case.
Fair enough.
So
But
25 for 11.
25 for 11, no
And
problem.
I will add a divine smite on this.
Oof, okay.
Oh.
Beefy.
So 2d8, I'm guessing.
3d8.
3d8, yeah.
undead.
3d8,
Undead, yeah.
right? Because so yeah, so that's a second level. So that's 4d6, 3d6
D8,
normally,
48.
and then 1 extra.
48.
Sorry, that is my mistake. And roll for an extra 16.
On top, okay. As the blinding radiant light appears in the space, doing damage to this beastie. It takes all of it in the moment. Anything else, or are you done?
I only have 1 attack, so yes.
No problem. Astra, you're next on the list.
I'm going to hold an action if any of them come near me with my rapier that I've once again extended. And I'm going to also give bardic inspiration to Espen next to me. I'm just going to like nudge him, just be like, I guess this is your kind of area, is it? As a cleric, I don't really know what you do. And then that'll be your.
My dear, you are exactly right. Very hard look in his face.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go, Bard Inspiration. Cool.
Okie dokie. Next on the list is the first one of these. This will make its way down here. And the divine things it has seen so far, it's got to be Milton here in this case. So it is going to longsword, I believe. And we're into the 2 attacks. Okay, first one incoming.
6 misses.
6 will miss. And the second
The 7
one.
will miss.
Oh, nice.
Nice, there we go. So, okay, so that is all done. Next on the list is the second one over here. This one is going to go for a... Okay, so he is going to make his way over as well. There's going to be one longsword attack, which he will miss, and then the second one will be the life drain.
Oh, no!
Okay.
Silver Bob.
Yep.
Very, very, very wise. Okay, changing the roll from that to a 14 instead. Is that going to be enough?
14 misses.
Okay, so that works.
So as he like reaches out, like it kind of gets caught in like the shadows that are sort of like subtly covering like his body basically, and it'll basically like grip his hand as like a hand before it can touch me.
Okay, cool. On that one is done. Regulus, round to you.
Okay, so as you just can see, this guy here,
Yes.
he is going to throw his not so great dagger at it. Oh.
15's good. 15's good.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's my sneak attack then? I didn't. There we go, an 11 sneak attack.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm down a dagger for now, and then I'm gonna go here and hide.
Sounds good.
Of course it sounds good. It's nice and safe and safe.
No worries. Okay, so that is done, bringing us to Mona.
Mona, with sort of crazed look in her eye, laughs at finally, and she'll cut her other hand. And as the blood drips down, it'll start glowing. As she activates the Rite of Dawn, which gives me resistance to necrotic damage, 20 foot of light from my glaive, and it now does radiant damage, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Very nice.
So I will go here. I will attack this one first.
Which one?
The one right in front of me.
This one.
Ooh, 14?
14.
This one, sorry.
Sorry, that one. That will just hit. 14 is just hit.
With a d6 of radiant damage. And then attack again. For 6 damage. That's
Another
not so good.
6. Okay.
Plus an extra 3 radiant damage.
Okay. Looking pretty good.
And that's my turn. And I will stand just here, just to put myself between all of them.
Okay, fair enough. As you realise, as you're getting closer to that door, Mona, there is more stuff in this place as this is going on.
This is fine. This is what Mona wants. So,
Cordelia, this is now you.
As I still have detect thoughts up, can I detect how many there are behind these doors? How many?
You look around and sense in the moment you think there are another 5 or 6 behind the doors.
Bar the doors, there's at least 6. And then she will drop detect thoughts. Again, you see her fingers bend in all kinds of weird and unnatural positions as she gathers energy in between her hands, and she will fire a firebolt. Pew.
Yeah, damn. Well, that one, yeah, that one is incinerated in the moment.
And then she's gonna nope out. She's gonna try and excuse me, sorry.
Pardon me.
There we go.
Okie
Good luck.
And
And
with
that's her
that-
go. Oh no.
I'll add a few more species.
Oh.
No, too many. Get rid of some. No more.
No more.
No more. No more.
Okay, but yes, Cordelia has been next on the list. Is the first one of these. The door opening as this first one makes its way through. Mona, the first one here, will be coming through the door and will attack you with a longsword, first of all. Let's see how it's going to do. That's going to be a fail, and then the life drain as the second.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God, how many do
Oh,
I?
wait, I have
How-
resistance to necrotic.
Well, there you go. Fair enough.
But if you would like to still get rid of the damage, that would be nice.
Yeah, I can still rebobs that. Hang
Did
on.
you use your reaction?
You've used your reaction.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I've kind of got around to my time. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
just -6 damage. That's fine.
Fair enough. No problem.
Glad I rolled a 3. All right.
That one is done. Next on the list is the other one that's next to you. So we're going to go similar again. A longsword.
Yep.
And then the life drain with the second.
Nope.
Fair enough. Done and dusted. Bringing us to Espen.
Espen raises up his holy symbol, and the jewel in the center flares, but instead of light, it actually looks like it's starting to crackle. And he says, "By the light of the thunder, burn!" And he's gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Oh, there for another one.
Well, it
Probably
happens.
not gonna, no.
Yeah. You cast 3 rays, so one of them misses, and I think that even if I use Bardic Inspiration, one is an auto miss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then this one misses. I hate when you say stuff and then something happens with the dice to make it not as cool.
Hey, yeah, that's the dice.
Yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna roll against the one directly in front of Milton.
Remember, you have Bardic Inspiration to use.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
When you need
that's more meaty. There we go. That one definitely hits.
And then the one that just hit Mona.
Yeah, damn good. So yeah.
And I will stay in front of Astra, kind of interposing myself between. Actually, I'll put myself here. That way, I'm kind of interposing myself between her and the two near Mona, because it basically Milton's doing the same thing, and we'll call that good.
No problem. Okay, next one on the list. Milton, this one is on you. So this will be a longsword attack incoming.
Yeah, 24 hits.
Oh, okay, yeah, that definitely does the trick. And then a life drain. Let's see how that's gonna do. That's a lot easier. How you doing? Okay.
Yeah, so the second one misses, so -17.
Okay, top of the round then. Back to another white. Okay. Many whites. How far
one's
can this
dead.
guy?
Or is it not?
Oh no, it shouldn't be dead. He's not been anywhere.
Technically, they are dead. They're just moving around, right?
Yeah, technically.
They're just livingly challenged, alright?
Livingly challenged.
Here we go. So he can move out, but yeah, it took everything to do that. Right, that is done. Milton, round to you.
Okay, I will. The one that I hit with Divine Smite before, how is that one looking?
It's looking fairly rough.
Okay, I will once again, Bob will like poke it in its ass or something in order to distract it so I can attack with advantage.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, it depends what attack you're doing, but yeah, I'm assuming it's a melee. You're absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's a rapier. Yeah, 23. I'm gonna roll a second time just
in case. Yeah.
Just in case it's a crit. It's not. I'm assuming 23 hits for 7.
It does indeed. Yeah. It's still up.
Yeah. I'm thinking, should I add like
A divine
I'm
smite
not
or
gonna
not?
add a smite onto it. I think it'll die soon enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, no problem. That is done. Next on the list, bursting out of the side door here will be one that will make its way over and get to Espen here on this side. And that'll be one longsword attack. Let's see how he's going to do.
Absolutely hits.
Okie dokie. And then the life drain as the second.
I would like to flare that.
Okie dokie. Fair enough. On that front, what's your AC?
My AC now is 14.
Okay, so it just hits you on with the second one.
Shucks. So I get hit for 4, and then I have to do a con save?
Yes, con save. You have to make a con save, or your maximum hit points are reduced by the number equal to the damage taken here on that one.
Luckily, I rolled a 7.
Okie dokie, fair enough on that one.
Just give everybody a heads up, I clicked on the Constitution save in the attack, and that's where it rolled it for me. So, I guess easier way than navigating your sheet or whatever.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your maximum hit points are down by 4 as well from that attack.
Great.
No good.
Astra, round to you.
Astra is gonna look at this thing that's coming towards her, and she don't want it anywhere near her. So she's gonna start like doing some weird like whispering to herself, but then it sort of becomes like you start like it feeling being a bit more powerful, and she will cast distant whispers on this guy to get it to leave her alone, and also to preferably die.
Preferably die. Okay, fair enough.
Preferably. I'm not fussy, but preferably.
Do me a solid, just die.
Do me a solid.
Oh.
Okay, let's have a look and see how it's going to do. Wisdom saving throw.
So it will then take half the damage instead, and not move away from me. And seeing that it's not moving away from me, I will exit the room and just be like, holy shit, to the guys next to me.
As you move back out into the sunlight of so much as it is out in this space, but yeah, out into the main light outside of the darkened space. No problem.
Cool.
That is now done. Next on the list, that one is already a goner. Next is this one. Again, this is on Milton on this side. Longsword attack is the first one.
Misses.
That would definitely miss. And the life drain with the second.
Oh yeah, that is.
Okay.
So con save.
You make the con save. Okay.
Yeah, so just the 7, right?
Mm-hmm. Just the 7, yep. That one is done. Next one. Okay, it's going to come out here. Has the double move to do it, but they're starting to surround Mona as this is all going on.
This is fun.
Regulus.
Right.
Out in the sunlight outside of the building, what are you up to?
Oh, I guess I'm going to have to squeeze in by here so I can see the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a crowd of vast numbers would be the best way of putting it at the moment.
Oh, I'm going to have to go... Yeah, I'm going to have to go a little bit further in, which is fine.
Showing another one to you to the one side.
No! Well, I would have seen that here, would I not? Oh, no, it's okay. It's further over. Okay,
Look at that.
when I I feel like he'd see me a bit better, so I'm going to throw it to this one.
Okay.
So I can get my advantage. There we go.
It might be your equipment.
Oh my
instead of
gosh.
your,
Advantage of 3 and a 4. Well, okay.
So yeah, no, 11 will definitely miss.
And then I go back here. And just go right. Well, I'm out of daggers, and then I'll hide.
Did
Fair
you
enough.
throw the one? Just the one? Or
I've got 2, so I throwed one earlier, and I just threw that other one.
And
I
he
got my
didn't get the one from earlier. He was like, I'm not gonna need it.
Yeah, well, that's in the room somewhere. I don't know where it is.
There's a lot going on in that room at the moment. Okay,
I'm
Regulus
not
is
gonna go in
done.
there and just I'm not gonna go in there and pick up a dagger.
Okay, another one will come out of the space on this one. As this is all going on, again, Mona, longsword attack incoming. The 12
Miss.
will miss, I'm assuming, and then the life drain on top.
Miss.
Okay, all done. Bringing us to another one.
Okay, oh god, I have 6 around me, guys.
But that one had to double. That one had to double move to do that.
It's what you love, though, right?
It was until they didn't. Only one came out of this door down here.
It was Valentine started losing.
Yeah, I mean there are vast numbers now of these things in this room.
This is what you were paid for.
Mona, round to you.
Cool.
Make an intelligence check if you wish.
Ooh, an intelligence check. Oh.
Oh,
What would this be for, James? Because I get
combat,
advantage.
general combat prowess and of your
Okay.
standing versus them.
Would it be a survival check? Because I get advantage against fiends and.
Yeah,
sorts
I'll
of
let you.
undeads
I'll let
and
you go
stuff.
for it. Yeah, if you want on this front.
Axiom is a kind DM.
In the moment.
23.
23.
Subscribe for more action behind you.
If you guys stay in this room, you're dead. You're very aware of that.
Wait, daggers though.
Oh man. Right. Okay. How many? Okay, so all of them would be able to hit me before the next turn. I don't think.
Unless you disengage.
You gotta disengage.
No, I'm trying to think if I try and take one out if I would survive until my next turn, but all 6 of them get an attack next.
They get 2 attacks.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got beefy attacks too. They're not.
I would nope. I
put
would
your
nope
pride
out.
aside and run, man.
Oh no, I'm gonna run. I'm just seeing if I can do anything on the way out. I cannot. I will disengage and say, "Yep, I think we've been off more than we can chew here, guys. And if we stay here, we're dead." So
No
she'll
problem.
peace
You
out.
disengage.
She wouldn't go. Oh damn, she wouldn't go further than where
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Regulus is.
Okay.
Good. Good. It's a good lapdog.
Wow.
I
Anything
didn't
else?
say that.
Yeah, you didn't say that out loud. Yeah. That is that then. Okay. Yeah. If you're done on that one, Cordelia, round to you.
Okay, can you not get outside of the building?
No, I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't go further than Regulus because that's the whole
But he's
point of moving.
outside.
Could you just go
You could
here?
come out.
He is
He could come
here,
out
so
'cause
they
he's
would
there.
come here
can't-
and
you
then
can't just-
attack them.
Yeah.
Attack him.
We can go outside and go 20 foot away.
Well, anyway, it's Cordelia's turn right now.
Yeah. She's gonna try and squeeze in this little gap in between Astra Mona.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely do it. You just can't stay there at the end of your turn.
Excuse me, sorry.
Sorry.
And then again she'll outstretch her arms and this time she'll the arms will click and maneuver in unnatural ways, and then all of a sudden she'll jut forward and there'll be this kind of horrendous guttural psychic scream as she casts Tidal Wave.
Oh God.
Love tidal wave.
It's a great
In a
spell.
building.
Yeah.
It's going to be
So
horrendous in there.
30
Oh, actually, you can
foot
get it
I get what you're doing. It's that sort of a line of two, two lines across, if that makes sense. So yeah, you'll be catching 6 of them. So it's not it's not a bad thing. Right, let's have a see how they're
7, right?
Whoa.
It's these 3 and then this one as well, right? So
Yeah,
7.
They're also Dexy.
Yeah, dex save.
Looks like 2 fails.
3 failed. The
3
15 fails as well.
So the fails take 15 and are knocked 10 feet back.
Oh, okay, so just for the ease of things, I'm going to make the ones at the front here be the ones that take the brunt here of that once again. Well, killing one of them, and the other 2 are.
I like that this one kind of just exploded. Just.
So that one's prone, and that one will be prone, and then the other 2 will take half damage. The rest of them will take half damage.
Yeah, there's 4 others.
The 4 others will take 7 damage.
Okay, so that's 7 for those. And
These 2 at the front that took that failed their saves will be pushed 10 feet back as well.
Nice. Okay, so we'll move them back towards the back of the room. Okay.
Well, since it's,
I'm assuming the room. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
that
I'm
way,
assuming
yeah.
it's like
maybe
this,
we
right?
push that direction.
Yeah, we'll do it something
Still.
like that. It's something.
Yeah,
it's something.
away from
Away from Milton and stuff. That brilliant. Okay, this giant tidal wave comes. Anything else from Cordelia in the room?
So yes, it's just this black wave of inky, almost like liquid energy, goes flying through the room, and she just says, "Leave," and then will nope out as all of her joints click back into place.
Okay, that is done. This is one of the whites. Okay, so this one will make his way over and can get to Espen this time. So Espen incoming longsword attack. Let's see how this is going to do.
That hits.
Okay, and then the life drain as the second run as this is going on. Is that a hit or a miss with a 15?
That is a hit.
Okay.
So I take 12 total damage. Espen is not looking good.
And
I think I would have probably silvery barbs that one.
the
He
second
was
one.
looking. Yeah, if he was looking gammy, I would have.
Okay, yeah, let's re-roll the
Oh,
life drain.
my
Let's see
God.
how it's going to do.
And that would miss.
And that would improve it dramatically. So
There you go. Use so many spell slots, just silvery barbings everything.
hey, yeah,
Silvery barbs is pretty good.
It's
It
pretty
is
powerful.
a beautiful spell.
Oh man,
Who do you
Espen.
give advantage to?
Yes, that's very valid as well.
I give it to I'll probably give it to Espen because he's got a couple on him, and I'd just be like, like you can do it, man. Just get to the door and we'll go, and then that'll be your.
Longsword will miss you, Espen, as it comes in, and then the life drain it on the next.
I would like to. Oh, can I still say I was warding flames? So I've been warding thing.
Yeah,
all
you can,
the life
you can definitely
drains.
say it, but I'll re-roll it, and we'll see
Okay,
what
that's
the
fair.
new one is. It was worth it.
Yes.
Okay.
So the long. So both miss me. Okay, cool.
Bowsmith, this is good. This is good. Espen, round to you.
Espen will look to Milton and see he's the only one in here while everyone else is at the door, and he will hold up his holy symbol and just say, "By the thunder, by all the good gods that are holy and true, I abjure you." And he's gonna turn undead.
Okay, turn undead. Here we go.
Makes like will saves of 15.
Okay, let's see how they're gonna do.
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Oh.
Fail. Fail.
Yeah, it's a
This
buy-
is impossible. Wow.
This is great.
Oh, awesome. I think, well, we're going to say that you got the lot on that front. So they have all
Hey,
failed.
cream sweep, baby.
So yes, they will all have to use their turn to do what they need to do on that one. Cool. We know what we're planning on, and that is done. Anything else on Espen's turn? You've got movement.
Espen is going to bonus action shift. So as he abjures them, you see Espen. He grows 6 inches, and his shoulders and chest get super wide, and his snout extends a little bit, and his pointed ears somehow move to the top of his head and round and look even cuter. And he will turn and just say, "You will leave this place. I will hold them off." And he constantly is holding up his holy symbol and getting everybody to leave.
Okay. Okie dokie. Yelling that out. Next on the list, a white that can't do, but then as they're moving back to the far side of the room, bringing us to Milton's turn. This holy light of whatever the Espen is giving off right now is like, you shall not pass as this is going on right now. But Milton, you can see they're beginning to, like, they're going to move back and move away for a moment. What are you going to do?
This is annoying, because now that they're all ready to go away, we can kind of pick them off one by one, which is useful. But on the other hand, he said run away, which is also, useful.
Yeah, but I think as soon as you attack them, don't they start coming back in?
Oh yeah, but only one by one, right?
We can focus them down.
The ghost
we have to clear this place anyway. Might as well kill them.
How do we know which one to attack in what order?
We follow the person that attacked before us.
Yeah, I'm going to head down to here and attack this one, I guess, the one furthest from the back of the thing where they're probably going to flee to. So, rapier. I am sorry, that was targeting the wrong one, but I'm assuming the 24 will hit.
24 will definitely hit for 13 on that one.
Yeah, and on this one I will add Divine Smite. No worries. So 4d6 extra, I will do this.
15,
for a total of
that's
28.
very nice. Yeah, that will definitely hit. How close to this? That was enough. Sorry, on that one, Milton. Yeah, that's enough to take that guy out. So he.
And with my bonus action, I would like to drink one of my greater healing potions.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So that's 44 plus 4.
No. Bad.
Oh,
pretty good.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
There. That was my turn.
Okie dokie. Clock 20. Okie dokie. Bear with me.
What
In the center of the room, energy starts to coalesce, and a black void, it begins to appear in the center of the space. Bringing us to the white here. This one will be moved off as it can keep moving further away on that front. Astra, round to you.
Vortex isn't good. Can I do an Arcana check on the vortex, please?
Absolutely, yes.
Cool. Because I'm not going in there, so I might as well just try to work out what's happening.
That's fair
For the
enough.
love of God,
Oh, man.
what have I done to deserve this?
Can you silvery barbs that yourself?
Silvery barbs that. Fair enough.
Nope, can't do that. I'm just probably just too scared to focus on it. I'm just like, what the hell is that? But yeah, I'm then just going to be like, we need to get out of here to everyone that's around me. And that's my go.
Okie dokie. Next on the list, that one is already dead. This one is prone, but can finally get up, and we'll get rid of that, and then we'll move away as he has to. Regulus, round to you.
Hey, Regulus is going to book it. Make sure you close the door. I assume like this.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
As
God.
far as you can get on that one.
What I've
Okay,
done.
no problem.
That's as far as I can get. And I will do again a bit of home symphony, and I'll just sort of try and hide in this bush a bit.
No worries.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Fair enough. Yeah, next on the turn order then, we have... this will increase in size.
What?
And
Oh, God.
you will watch as your friend Espen... It disappears into the void of whatever that is.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that means that Channel Divinity goes away. They have nothing to be afraid of anymore.
We shall see.
Oh no.
Next one, the white, next to here. This one disappears into the void.
Have fun, Espen.
This one,
I got a buddy.
you got a buddy. This one does not have to try and run anymore, but is having to make its way around the outside edge of what's going on here, so it has to double move. Mona.
Did this one not need to stand up? Does it have the movement to get to
No, it won't. You're right. It wouldn't have enough movement. Sorry, that's literally me not remembering this one is prone. There we go. Let's bring that back and get rid of the prone. But yeah, he does get up and does move a bit. Mona, sorry. So you see the black void in front of you. Espen has disappeared in the moment as this is all going on.
Okay.
What do you do?
I will...
Told you to run!
Yeah, I know. I will grab Mr. Milton and drag him along with me, if he's willing. And I guess close the door behind me, like with my other hand, if I can, as I'm walking past. I can only move half my speed with Milton, so.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so you drag Milton out of the space, and
I'll say to Astra, get out of here now!
we don't need to play this out too much. We see like in Poltergeist where you just watch as this whole building sort of like and starts to collapse in on itself into this space as the whole of the building in front of you begins to disappear into a portal that's being sort of pulled into the middle of it, and then you get like a wink, and then there's just an empty space sitting in front of you where a building once was.
Axiom, I'm not here next week. You didn't have to poltergeist my PC.
Hey, that worked out really well.
You don't know what's going on, but yeah, Astra, yeah. So yeah, you're just literally there as you sort of watch the whole building sort of pull in on itself. The little black portal thing in the middle winks, and then as the whole of that space that was a building is gone moments later.
I'd like let go of Milton and be like,
is there like a crater, or is there
a fraction of a crater there? Yeah, in the moment as this is going on. But yeah, this is gone at this point.
I will clap again to make Bob appear, and I will say, "You got that right." as he will be noting it and writing it down. But yeah, I think well, that's where we'll catch up next week when we'll figure out where this is actually going to be going, and we'll figure out what's going on.